can't see anything.
Me either. And we're running out of matches.
Why don't you use the flashlight on your phone?
Well, because I left it in the van. Why don't we use your phone?
Battery's dead. Speaking of dead batteries, where the hell is Anthony?
Anthony! Anthony! Hey, yo!
Oh, jeez.
Dude!
Yeah.
What are you guys doing back here?
You're blind to me.
Where did you get those flashlights?
Took them from you guys.
Can you, like, turn some of those off or something?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I found what we're looking for.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's go.
Follow me.
Sure is a lot of graffiti in here. Are you sure no one's been here before?
Positive.
I don't think that's graffiti. I think those are hieroglyphs.
Well, it's a little bit further this way. Come on.
Sure would like the flashlight of my own.
Me too.
You gotta respect it. I mean, it's the world's oldest form of storytelling.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual.
I wonder what they were trying to tell us.
Dane, quit dicking around. Come on.
Keep up.
All right, guys, so here it is.
You ready?
Yes.
More coins? I mean, it's kind of lame.
What? Guys, these coins are old. Like millions of dollars old.
Dane, who cares? I don't want these dirty old coins. I want detailing products. I can't wash my Honda with those.
There's detailing treasure. My dad would not lie to me.
What's that?
Oh, wait a second. That's one of those coins that has the directions on it.
Who's this?
Are we supposed to go see a guy?
Flip it over.
More coordinates.
Of course.
Let's see. 43.65 degrees north.
Got it.
Negative 116.25 degrees west.
It shows that it's a bar. The Ironwood.
Is it iron or is it wood?
All I know is if it's a bar, I could use a drink.
Wait a second. You drink?
Dane, everybody drinks Pepsi.
Of course.
Well, guys, let's do this.
Oh, great.
Man, oh man. Every time we do this, it gets just a little bit further in the story. We're having fun here. We're having a lot of fun. Can you tell? I hope you guys are enjoying these intros because we all work pretty hard at this. And of course, at the end of every day, we do bloopers and stuff. You get to see the behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to showing that too. But we got a big day today here. So I'm going to show the schedule. We got Konig starting things off, followed by Detailer's Business Academy, then Exoshield, and rounding out the morning, we've got, hey, look at that, the Rag Company. Isn't that great? Now, before I kick things over to Konig, I do need to address a few things. Because everybody's been asking, oh, who won the Rupas? Who won the Veloci giveaway? All that stuff. So I've actually got some winners here, and I'm going to announce live on air just for posterity, and then we'll handle the follow-up. I would like each of the winners to please email me at dane@theragcompany.com. I know there's going to be a bunch of stragglers who try and get in on it, but I'll be able to tell. Anyway, I've got R. Lee Steele. That's R, and then a space, and then L-E-E, and then a space, S-T-E-E-L-E. R. Lee Steele is one of the Rupas winners. And the other Rupas winner is Go Detailer Go. So you guys know who you are. Please email me, dane@theragcompany.com, and I will take care of the rest on that front there, get that ball rolling, and we'll hook you up with some sweet Rupas stuff there. Now, for the Veloci giveaway, there was a little bit of weirdness on the comments there on the back end, the way YouTube processes. So sorry, the number of comments, we're going to work on that. I'm figuring out a way to get that all locked in. But we do have the hose reel winner because apparently very few people got the right answer. It was actually very, very few. Username Matt. that's the whole username I'm seeing apparently, was the guy who asked about rust in hose lines. So you know who you are. Please email me, dane@theragcompany.com. You won yourself a Veloci hose reel. So very cool. Matt, M-A-T-T. Please get in contact with me, dane@theragcompany.com. Write over an email. What I'd like for each of you to do is put in the subject line, TRCMA giveaway winner, and then just kind of write in the description, give me some details about yourself, username with a screenshot of the back end if you could of your YouTube profile. That way I know it's you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for participating in that. We had a lot of fun. And for the comment number winner, I'm going to work on the details on that. I will probably announce later, if not this week, then next week on the podcast or on the Q&A. I should have an answer for you by then. But in the meantime, the three of you that did win it, congratulations. That's great. So moving on from that, I would also like to touch on these charity coins we've been doing all week. That's been a big thing, and I appreciate everybody who's contributed to these charity coins. It's been awesome seeing people support these great charities, and I just want to go over once again a list of the different charities that have been covered here, because there are quite a few, and I want to make sure the companies are well represented here. So allow me to read off just a few here. On day one, we had KCX putting up a good front with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. That was a great, great program there. And any coin, once again, if you bought the charity coin, 100% of the proceeds, all that $10 coin goes towards that given charity. So you know you're supporting a good cause by doing that. Then for day two, we had G-Technic with Rally for a Cure. And for day three, TRC. So naturally we did JDRF, near and dear to Levi's heart. That's a great one. And day four, we had PNS with the Samburu project with wells in Africa. So that's drinking water. That's a fantastic project there, near and dear to Bob's heart, owner there over at PNS. And then today, you thought I was going to say it. Yeah, you thought I was going to say it. No, that's not happening yet. We're not talking about that coin. That coin's going to get revealed at 2 o'clock. So you're going to have to wait for that one. But in the meantime, let's just cut out to, wait a second. There's the website. Look at that. It's TRC theme, 20% off Friday only. What's going on? That looks like a good sale. That's a lot of TRC I'm seeing there. But take advantage of our daily sales all week long here at TRCMA. Every day is different, and you get some sweet deals. So take advantage. All I'm saying is this afternoon might get a little crazy, but that is the big news. So to all you who won, congratulations. And for the rest of you, stay tuned because we got a great morning ahead. I'm going to kick it out to the studio, see what those guys are doing.
All right, Dane, so we are off to an exciting day 5. Can you believe it? We've made it. We've made it to the end, almost the end. This week has been absolutely fantastic. Seriously, it has been some of the most fun I've ever had virtually, but also in person with everybody under one roof. Again, we've had brands from around the world gather in the TRC studio here to be able to bring you guys just an amazing week full of content. And I couldn't have asked for more. Seriously, it's just been such an awesome thing. And so looking forward to very many future TRCMAs as I think they're just going to get bigger and better from here. So anyways, in front of me, I have some wheels here that I think I could do a pretty good job of explaining. I think I have a pretty good idea on how to break things down. But there's somebody that knows more than me, and that's Mr. Scott Weiss of Konig. Scott,
what's happening, man? How are you?
Man? You're one of my favorite people. Have I told you that today?
I was going to open with that, so I feel like you kind of took my line, but that's cool. What's going on?
Welcome. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, listen. First, I want to say thank you because I know that we're like one of the only brands here that everybody that's in the detailing world is probably watching and trying to figure out why are they on there. But it's kind of been an honor to be with you on this journey from the first year and now into the second year. So we appreciate it and thank you for including us. Absolutely, man. I mean, seriously, our relationship with Scott, goes years back now at this point. And you've been a wealth of knowledge. First off, with everything related to wheel manufacturing, just because that stuff is so foreign to us and so alien to us, but it helps us, be able to create better processes and pull in better detailing products to maintain wheels, understanding wheel finishes, understanding how things are made, and just
having that idea really, I don't know, it's extremely helpful stuff. And on top of that, you guys make some pretty badass wheels as well. And so we wanted to pull you in today to talk about what's new at Konig, talk about what's been happening. If you have any questions, obviously for me, related to detailing and kind of how the two worlds kind of come together, because over the years there's been a lot of cool new accessories that come out for wheel cleaning, new products, chemicals, ceramic coatings, all that stuff. And when people invest in something like a set of wheels, that is a relatively big investment, they want to know how to protect it going forward. So with that said, tell us what's new with Konig. Anything new and exciting for 2022, 2023?
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely have some new products. We have not launched our products that are new for this year yet.
Okay.
It's kind of odd. The one thing that's been super different in the past year or two has been this whole supply chain. And I'm sure that no matter what, because you have been our gateway into the detailing world, and we appreciate it. We've developed so many more relationships, on the manufacturer end for the detailing side than we have ever before. So, being close with guys like Eric from G-Technic and some of the other companies, we get to share the same manufacturer stories. And even though you guys are in different industries, the problems that we're all facing, well, they're the same. So we've seen supply chain issues, freight issues, delay issues, that have kind of rendered the time that we usually do production differently. And when that happens, one of our first and foremost things that we talk about even on our podcast is we do our best to make sure that we're putting out product, but we're also taking care of everybody that has trusted us by putting an order in, has given us their money, right? And you guys operate very similarly. So we've kind of delayed launching our new product just to make sure that we're completely production-wise able to satisfy, some of these back orders that exist, and make sure that the production is looking really good so that we're not hurting anybody that's already trusted us with their money, right?
Yep.
So we plan to launch wheels real soon. So that's that. We've launched a bunch of new finishes. If you're familiar with some of the lines, we have some new finishes that are dropping in just hopefully within the next 45 to 60 days. So we're pretty pumped on that. So stay tuned to our website. A lot of that stuff is going to start to populate probably over the next week or two. So that stuff's exciting. It's delayed, but it's exciting. Look, I think that I want to give you a taste of something new. So I'm going to show you a new wheel. You're going to be one of the first to
no way
to break it out. So we'll show you.
Oh my
why not?
gosh.
Let's do an exclusive here. Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited.
I don't have anything good like you do. All right, let's see. Hold on. We're going off camera. We're going off camera.
Okay, you're good.
All right. So this guy, which I'll get up here in a second, it's one of our new Flowform wheels.
Oh man!
And so,
dude, yes, that's awesome.
The color looks good. The delay on my monitor is a little rough, so
no, that looks wonderful.
Yeah, so this wheel is called the Heliogram. It's flow formed. It's going to come in a bunch of different sizes. But the cool thing about one of the things that we've done here, like I said, we're pretty motorsport focused, and with that motorsport focus, we're trying to bring in a lot of niche fitments that till now have been either very expensive or only produced in certain other things like forged. So there will be an 18 by 12 fitment for a lot of these race guys, and I think that's going to be something. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And the concavity on it,
absolutely wild.
Yeah, the concavity on it is like 1.5 miles deep. It's crazy. So we're excited about it, man.
I'm a huge sucker for all of the Konig designs. I think you guys just knock it out of the park, and I just absolutely love it. But I think I want to highlight a couple different things, right? So I think that within the Konig line, right, the flow formed wheels are among the most popular. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so
so I think for us. For us, we've been around for 40 years, and actually this is our 40th year. So
congratulations.
With that, thanks. Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I think it's funny. It's like there's a lot of these different different vendors or YouTube channels that will do kind of these pieces on us, and like Fitment Industries on YouTube just really had done a piece where they kind of keep telling the truth about Konig, which is cool because they find out a lot of interesting things and they tell a story. But there's so many people, I think, especially maybe in the younger age demographic comparative to me, I guess, that are now learning about our brand, and they think they know that we've been around for X long, but we've really been around for Y. And those 40 years, we sell a lot of volume. We produce a lot of private label for some really popular other brands. We build a lot of the things. We are a manufacturer. So as far as volume goes, I don't know that the Flowform stuff is our volume wheels, but it's certainly the most popular in the enthusiast niche segment.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm just saying, because I think that the Flowform, especially for somebody like me, and then a lot of the people we work with here, they like the lightweight wheels. They like something that's strong. They like something that's going to be able to hold up to abuse, but also look well and flow well with certain cars. And I know you guys have it's a very hard job, right? Being able to create a wheel, but create a wheel that fits so many different vehicles, right? And have the different offsets, have the different bolt patterns, have the different profiles, but also compensate for brake calipers. Because like you said, this is kind of more niche. This is more something that's for motorsports. And it seems like everybody that runs motorsports has big brakes, right? Or a big brake kit. And so having a wheel that can be able to clear all those things is extremely important. But you guys have knocked it out of the park. And so in front of me, I have the Hexaform, and then I also have the Hypergram right here, which is one of my favorites as well. And so really quick, Scott, because just the basics here, wheel finishes, right? So just kind of briefly go over, don't go too far into it, just to kind of help people out that are maybe curious on wheel finishes. Typically from factory, what do most wheels come finished with? Do they come finished with clear coat, powder coat? Is it raw aluminum? Is it clear coated aluminum? Any kind of insight there?
Yeah, so that's really the common misconception, is that people think that maybe all wheels are powder coated or whatever it may be. But the secret that we found to really having a very long lasting finish is a process that we use, which is we powder coat, primer, seal all of the wheels. So the first step in the painting process or the coloring process is a powder coat primer that's going to basically be, for the base coat, 1, to attach, and 2, to basically really keep that wheel protected as best we can. So that's your first base coat. The reason that base coat is just so important is because, painting is very different on a mass production schedule versus when you start to paint something at home with a regular paint gun. Yeah. So we have this.
Oh no. We got to cut out there from Scott, and so hopefully we can try to get him back, because he was just ramping up with some great information there. And so, but he's in New York, and so it's a little bit of a jaunt that way, but I'm sure we'll bring him back on here in just a few seconds. But no, Scott's kind of given me the rundown before on a lot of the processes that kind of come with wheel paint, because when it comes to detailing chemicals, you have to wonder, what's safe on my wheels, right? What should I be using on my wheels? What kind of towels should I be using? Because there are certain finishes, right, from even other wheel manufacturers that seem more delicate than others. And so for me, I like to have a nice tough finish. And just from my experience, I have a what's that? Oh, we got him back. Do we have him back? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go, Scott. Sorry. Continue on, please. We were just learning.
Where did I leave off?
So I think we lost you at you guys were talking about the powder coat, the powder coating stage on what you guys do,
right?
That just separating from the color.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of different stages in the paint process, but the one thing about the powder coat primer stage, and the reason we start there, is because to produce wheels and paint wheels and finish wheels on a mass production paint level, it's very different than a paint gun or anything like that. So you have to be able to nail certain time windows so that the paint has good adhesion to the coat before it, and so that you're able to get the paint to cure and harden properly with respective drying times. So first we start out with a powder coat primer that seals the wheel, seals the material, protects the raw material that's under the in part of the wheel. Mm-hmm. Then we move on to a base coat. That base coat obviously provides color. It also provides like a thickening of the surface. Then we'll move into a clear coat, providing that the clear coat is just going over the actual finish. If we do something like a candy color, there may be multiple stages of paint. We all know that can't really be achieved in one pass. Yeah. So every coat is adjusted to the proper thickness to be able to make sure that at the end of the day, you go too heavy on paint, you're going to see paint chipping. You go too light on paint, obviously, that's not good either. So it's about nailing all those different pieces and developing a wheel that when it's done will last a very long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like I was just saying, just because based on that information, what you've told us, I mean, it makes us feel like, well, first off, 10 times more confident in the cleaners and the things that we use on our wheels. But it also just makes it, it concretes the fact that I want to coat my wheels, I want to ceramic coat my wheels, I want to be able to protect that finish as well to keep it going for years on end. And speaking from experience, I mean, I coated both sets of my Konig wheels, my hypergrams and my decograms right when they came out of the box. I do not recommend coating the barrels before taking it down to get your tires balanced, though, because those wheel weights won't stick. And so, don't coat the barrels. Coat the barrels after the tires are installed. But I can absolutely say that coating my wheels has dramatically improved, the overall look of my wheels over time, the maintenance, the ease of clean, the ease of, everything. And I would do that with every set of wheels I would pick up, right? So whether you're using something like G-Technic C5, or maybe you're using something like P&S Inspiration, or whatever coating you decide to go with, I think it makes a huge difference, and it makes things just, again, way easier to clean. Because I've had my decograms on there for we're going on 3 years on my red Civic, I think, something like that. Yeah. And dude, they mint still. Right? I want to justify getting another set of wheels, but I can't because they still look brand new, right? And I thought they would be more beat up by now considering that I daily drive them, but they still look absolutely fantastic. And so just something that you can do to kind of maintain and keep them protected. Now, Scott, out of all you've been asked this question 1,000 times. You get asked it every single live stream you do. What's your favorite wheel in the Konig line?
Yeah, this is always the toughest thing.
I know.
It's kind of like, for you, it's like the same thing, right? Like you guys, if I said, what's your favorite towel? I'm sure that there's a functional element to it, but at the same respect, there's also this, you're behind the scenes developing this stuff. So there's a little bit of sentimental attachment that happens. So for me, the Hypergram is that it was the first real flow form wheel that I got to design from start to finish. And it was kind of one of those mile markers for me. So that's why I tend to pick that wheel. But it's funny because sometimes like people will see me out and about and they'll be like even like friends or people that we know, and they're like, you always say Hypergram's your favorite wheel, but they're not even on your car. Well, that's I understand. Yeah. So because you still have the 350, right? You still have the 350Z, right? Right. And so and we've kind of ruined you a little bit, right, with teaching you a little bit more about detailing, a little bit about stuff like that. And we probably taught you some things that you probably didn't want to know, right? Maybe some things that you were doing improperly. But we feel like we've taught you some good stuff. You've taught us some good stuff. It's been a really good relationship. We've been able to take things away from each other. And the 350Z is your baby. What wheels do you have on that currently? So I have a set that we recently discontinued called the Ultraforms, and I have another set of wheels which are the Hypergrams, or similar to the Hypergram, that we had made just a little bit ago. We plan on launching a line of wheels that's very different from what we've done before, and I have the first set, and they're ready to go in my car. So I'm pretty excited for it. But we'll see. That's a stay tuned type thing, right?
Heck yeah, man, right on. And I mean, really at this point, I mean, like I said, if anybody has any questions, you can reach out to Konig Wheels. I mean, their team's just absolutely fantastic, whether it's on social media or they can show up to your live streams and they can also ask questions there. You guys are great on that. And what days and times do you guys go live on Instagram and on YouTube?
Yeah, so we go live on Instagram and Facebook, 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, Wheel Wednesday. I know you guys have Wash Wednesday. We try not to compete, but Wheel Wednesday is where we're at. So, and then we follow that up at 3 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel with a podcast. And every Friday, we put out a different piece of content. We're not ballers like you guys. We don't have the near bandwidth to put out the amount of content that you guys do. So we put our humble little piece up every Friday.
Whatever, Mr. President. Whatever you say.
Listen, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just letting you know. Listen, before we do this, if there's any questions about wheels that I can answer, I'm happy to do it. But, listen, I've gotten a little jealous as I've watched your adventure diving through deserts and mountains and snow, I feel like I've watched some other companies also give away some stuff, and I would like to give away some stuff. Can we give away some stuff?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. If you would like to give away some stuff, absolutely.
I feel like, is Dane in the control room like, no, this blew my plan apart?
No, the Gabe's probably having an aneurysm, running the show, but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll roll with it. It's okay. We'll give him a little more stress won't kill him, right? He'll be fine.
Yeah, well, so let me ask you. You guys have done some of this stuff. Should we make some sort of announcement and then let you guys pick a winner later, or should we do something that's super right now?
It is. I would say probably. I don't know. Maybe make an announcement and they can tune in later. I just don't want to stress. I don't want people to miss out. Maybe if they're not watching right now, I want to give some people some opportunity because some people may not be right here, but will definitely watch the live stream as soon as they possibly can.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Comment on this page here, on this video, and let us know what your favorite Konig wheel is. And over the weekend, right, before Monday, we'll pick somebody out there, or you guys can pick somebody out there, and we'll get them up a set of wheels. That's we have some of our people. Yeah, we're going to give away a set of wheels. So listen. So what we'll do here is have everybody, put your favorite wheel down below. You guys will pick somebody, maybe do a contact, let us know. We'll get in touch with them, and we'll sync up a choice of wheels that they like. And let's do something right now. I want to do something right now, right?
Okay.
So we got a little Konig swag pack here. We got a hat. All this stuff is, well, it's in the bag. I guess I'm looking around for it. Like,
is there a shirt? Is there a hat? Is there stickers?
We got hats.
Yep.
We got stickers. We got a shirt, we got a lanyard, and you get this bag. So let's do that. Anthony, have somebody, let's see if we can really blow one of the guys in the back's head off because he's probably freaking out. Let's pick somebody. Let's do something right now. Name the year that Konig was founded. This should be easy. I gave you a hint in the beginning. And and then let's pick somebody that answers that correctly. Let's give him a swag pack.
All right. Okay. So I'll pass it to Dane to get the first person to answer that.
Yeah.
But really quick, I want to tell people, just in case we lose this chat, just in case that we lose the chat once the video is published later, please leave a comment on this video in case we miss it, right? So we're going to try to do our best because sometimes when we edit the video to remove the front, 10 minutes or whatever it is, it sometimes removes the chat, and I don't want to do that. So maybe during the stream, comment it, and then also comment once the video publishes, because I want somebody to win a set of wheels. I just don't want to lose them. So Dane, do we have anybody that's guessed the year that Konig started? Do we have anything yet?
You single-handedly just spiked the whole thing. So now I've got a bajillion comments coming in. That's what happens. That's why I had real questions I was going to get to. But, this is fun, too.
We can do real questions, but,
I was
whatever.
encouraging the behavior. Anytime a set of wheels is being given away, people will freak out over that. I love that. Yeah. But, no, I fully encourage this.
Okay, so do we have a year yet? Do we have anything there?
We have a lot of years. So,
okay.
So wait, do we have enough now that I should announce what the year is so it helps you?
I was gonna say I think I've seen it if it's what I think it is, because I think I know the right answer.
Okay, what do you think the right answer is, Dane?
You're gonna have to be a little less cryptic, Dane.
Yeah, okay. I think it's 1981.
It's 1982.
82. Shoot.
82. Oh no.
There were a lot of 1982s. I was 1 year off. Dang it. Okay.
Do we have an 82 in there?
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely had an 82. I'm going to look for the first one, but if I could just keep up with these comments as they're flying by.
Yeah, if you want to wait, if you want to choose it later,
there we
choose
go.
it now.
Brad 81, ironically 81. Brad 81 was the first with 1982.
All right.
There we go, Brad.
Brad, we'll get your information. We'll do some sort of swag pack there. So that's cool. I appreciate that. Man, I'm so upset that we're not in Boise.
Dude, we wanted you to be here so bad because we think you would have loved the vibes.
You'd enjoy it.
First off, it's been a crazy week. There's been a lot of people coming in and out, and It's just been so exciting. I know a lot of people were bummed because a lot of people here in the studio, here at TRC, want to meet you. They're like, we want to meet Scott because he seems like just the most awesome guy. And I keep telling them that, you know, he's horrible and that I just want to save him for myself and that nobody else can be friends with him. But it's not working out because they just like you even more. So yeah. So next time, though, can you please come next time? Promise us maybe that you'll be here potentially.
Yeah. Well, and maybe next year when you guys do your next quest, maybe I can be like a background extra or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, we put you to work if you stand around for too long, so we'll hand you a camera or we'll make you jump on the floor cleaner. You can just ask, the other guests that have been here. They thought it was going to be a fun vacation, but they've actually just been working, so I kind of feel bad. But Dane, do we have any questions that Scott can answer? Because I know we're running short on time here, and I just want to give him some more time.
I added a few before the comments exploded, and we had like 30 people appear out of nowhere all saying, wheel name. So I'm going to go ahead and ask a few. I'm going to start with a hard one. I hope you're ready for this. Scott, what's the news on square wheels, says Phil S.
So, I think you're talking, there's actually a company called Square Wheels. I think that's what they're talking about, unless it's an April Fool's thing. Cause
I was feeling like it was going to be a great joke. I was just doing a setup there.
Okay, it's a joke.
I don't know what to do.
I'm trying to have fun. Just deadpan it. Okay, so moving along.
Oh my gosh, how horrible would it be if Scott was like, April Fools, I'm not giving a set of wheels away, but thank you all for the engagement.
Yeah, you're like, sorry, changed my mind. Henry Collins, I now want to know what the favorite towel is. So that's back to your comment there about towels.
So I have my favorites. I don't have my favorite, but I understand what Scott meant by basically there is a functional aspect of a towel, and there's kind of like your love child or whatever it might be, the towel that really just does it for you, and maybe or something that you've created. And I understand that aspect too. But I mean, you guys know, I have a handful of favorites, but I think the Edgeless 365 is probably my overall most functional towel that kind of just does it all. But I mean, the Liquidator, the Gauntlet, I think when me and Levi, we were working on the Gauntlet, that's one thing where we both said we're going to throw down the Gauntlet because, I like this side of the towel, he likes this side, and it's been a lot of fun for us. But Scott, do you have a particular favorite towel that you like to use? Is there anything that you like? The Eagle Edgeless maybe? The Liquidator? Anything like that?
Yeah, so I really like the Eagle Edgeless, but I also like, you sent me one of those thick waffle drying towels.
Yeah.
Seems like it's the most absorbent thing I've ever used. And then I'll tell you what other one really surprised me, and this is coming from a non-detailing guy, which was the glass towel. I didn't know that there was a special towel needed for glass, and then all of a sudden, all those, I just could never get rid of the streaks, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I start using this towel, and now it's become a staple in all of my cars because it's the right towel to
makes perfect sense
really
now,
get
right?
the inside.
Heck yeah. And then, so Daytona Wallace says, is it safe to use iron remover on powder-coated wheels? I'm going to say yes, but Scott, would there be any situation where an iron remover would not be safe on a powder-coated wheel?
Yeah, so I don't think it's really going to be an issue with that. I mean, remember, at the end of the day, once the wheel is sealed, you're really talking about the same painted or powder coat type finish that would exist on anything. The issue is when you start to get the iron remover, we're talking about brake dust. And I guess my biggest tip for people, and I say this not from the detailing world, but from the motorsport world, which is if you're going to go out, if you're going to use and abuse your car, if you're really going to hammer on those brakes, you need to get that brake dust off of your wheels as quickly as possible. So as soon as you leave there, you go home. Don't leave the car sitting there for a week or two. Don't let the sun beat in on them, because that iron is one of the top things that bakes into clear coats. And then people say, oh, my wheel is rusting. And it's not the wheel. It's actually the metallics from the brakes.
Absolutely. And on certain finishes, too, especially with certain brakes as well. So certain brakes will release different brake dust or different colored brake dust, right? So like I have on the Evo, I have the Frodo DS 2500s, and it produces a red brake dust, right? The red brake dust is pretty nasty looking, especially once it sets up and it like dries, right? and it's a super big pain to remove. So that's why I recommend A, coat your wheels so stuff like that doesn't stick or embed itself too far into it, but also to Scott's point, to try to remove that as fast as possible if you can. And whether you're doing like a rinseless technique, or even if you're using multiple towels with using a premium detailing product, even if it's a quick detailer, something is going to be better than not doing anything at all. It's very similar to if you have a big bug gut or a bird poops on your vehicle and that sits there for a elongated period of time, there's only so long you have until it will start etching the clear coat and start actually causing permanent damage. And so it's very similar to that. And so I know, Scott, you see people that are beating on these wheels much harder than maybe I would, but it kind of just depends, right? If you really want to maintain them and keep them clean, it's all about maintenance. And so
and I'll give one last tip for everybody. Just be careful if you're going to be choosing wheels. If you live in a harsh winter environment, if you're going to be using wheels on track, don't pick wheels that are machined. And the reason is because naturally, when you machine the face of a wheel, you're going to develop a sharp corner that's on the spoke, right? And so even with a clear coat, that's going to always be a thinner point of clear coat than everything else. And that tends to be the area where, as you wash them, the abrasion from brushes, the abrasion from, just cleaning certain things, road debris, whatever it may be, that's going to open up that gateway and kind of start lifting the clear coat. And it's typically why machined wheels that have a really shiny finish don't have as long of a finished shelf life as maybe like a full painted wheel.
That's a great point. I never thought of that, but that makes a lot of sense where it erodes on the edge there. The last one I've got here is from Hans Klosen asking, can you explain why diamond cut wheels often have white spots and top coat failure? I see a lot of Mercedes wheels that have problems even after only 2 or 3 years. I know Scott's the expert on this stuff, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what I just said. I mean, that's exactly what happens. That white spot is essentially a break in the clear coat. And whenever you start to have that issue where the clear coat's lifting or it has a hole that's withered its way through, now you're allowing, and that's where that spidering look comes in. And you see at the edge of the bolt hole, it will start like at the edge of the PCD or the lug hole, or you'll see it at the edge of a spoke, or you'll see it right at the edge of a lip. And then if you watch, you'll actually follow like these white veins up, and you'll start to see that. So a lot of that happens because a machined wheel that has that sort of clear coat on it, unless you use like the OEs, they use this really heavy clear coat, but it's not shiny, it's not brilliant, it's very matte and it's monotoned. But even still, once you add the machining by doing something like a diamond cut or a mirror polish, you do the same thing. You're thinning out the corners, and generally wherever you thin out the clear coat, that's where you can start to introduce failure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so, now I only have one last thing here to throw in, and it's not really a question. It's more of a comment because you mentioned the giveaway on the wheels. And understandably, people know there's more than just Konig here. There's also Mamba. There's others like Advanti, that kind of thing. So David's asking, does this include Mamba? I only have a pickup truck.
Yes, absolutely. Why not? We'll make sure that everybody's covered, and we'll see what we can do to make sure somebody gets a set of wheels if they are chosen. But like you said, let's go ahead and let's do it. So once the video is published, let's get everybody to come back and leave a comment, and you guys will let us know which one you want, and we'll go ahead and figure it out on Monday maybe.
So, we can set an official time frame where people have a chance to leave a comment, but they'll just have over the weekend to do it. So Monday, we'll come to a conclusion. Whatever's left there between these comments and those, somebody's going to walk away with a set of wheels. Whatever they said, and we choose them, that's the deal. So for Brad81 here, who did win, I believe you held up the bag there a second ago, go ahead and send your info. Do you want it to go to you, Scott, or do you want it to go to us?
Yeah. Send it to you, and then you guys forward it over to us, and we'll go ahead and get that shipped out.
So Brad81, you heard the man. Go ahead and email Dane@theragcompany.com. I'll take care of the rest there for you.
Right on. Scott, this has been awesome.
So
man.
let's go see.
Thank you so much. Seriously, this is great. We love having you on, and you always bring a smile to our face. You can't see Levi's over there. He's smiling. He misses you. He loves you, man. And so we can't wait to see you again, in person. And I don't know, do something, go out to dinner, whatever it might be. But again, your generosity with being able to give a set of wheels is absolutely huge, and we're looking forward to everything that Konig has in the upcoming years, because honestly, you guys with your marketing, all of your your Instagram stuff, all of your media, all of your outreach, you guys are absolutely killing it. And I mean, we look up to you. We really do. I know you think that we're the big guys, but we look up to you because, you know, you've been around the block and you guys are continuing to grow, and it's just super impressive, and we love it.
Well, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. And seriously, to everybody that's watching out there, it means a lot to us that you would accept us kind of into the world that's, you know, maybe not naturally given to us. So we thank you. We thanks for everything that you guys allow us to kind of participate in. And, you know, if you need anything, we're always here.
Heck yeah,
Thanks,
right on.
Scott.
So yeah, check out Konig Wheels, man. KonigWheels.com. You can check out their Instagram, check out their YouTube channel, their Facebook. They produce a ton of content. Scott goes live. He answers questions. They are very involved within the community, and can't wait to help you out picking out your dream set of wheels. Whatever that may be, right, left, right, or whatever is behind him. It's just absolutely awesome. So Dane, what do we have on the docket besides that?
Well, we are kicking it over to Levi, who's got a friend here in the studio. Let's see what's going on over there. I believe it's Yvan Lacroix for Detailers Business Academy. Hey, guys.
We are here. Also, what Anthony forgot to say was check out the Konig Behind the Wheel podcast. It's a great podcast. So they bring on folks and industries, cars and drivers, and it's a fun podcast. I recommend you add that and listen to it. But I have an old friend here in the studio.
Yes.
My mentor, Yvan Lacroix. How are you, sir?
Spectacular in yourself.
Very good. I'm excited because I get to see you.
Yeah.
You get to be here. I'm thankful that you and Sylvie made the trip down in the bus.
Yeah, new bus. You know, last time we were here, it was right before this, what do you call it, pandemic, COVID thing? Yeah,
right. Literally
So,
like a month, like 2 weeks before.
Right, exactly. So 2 weeks before the world sort of blew up, we were here, and you know, Anthony just left the room, but the last time we were here, we washed a bus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, Wash Wednesday. I haven't seen one in a while. Might be good to do a bus. Just a suggestion.
So we have another bus, your new bus, sitting
Yeah.
outside. So Anthony, if you could head out there with a bucket and some product.
Well, it's Friday. I'll stick around till Wednesday because we want to do
well,
this
that'll
as
work.
Wash
Maybe,
Wednesday.
okay, yeah, he doesn't
But,
have to do it
If
right
you'd
away.
like to see Anthony clean the bus again, comment below.
There you go. Well, Yvan, what you're here for, you've got a new venture. And, you know, it's kind of something that kind of helped, not only grew out of the pandemic, but something that is near and dear to your heart, the Detailer Business Academy.
Right. So the Detailers Business Academy, you can find it on YouTube. I'm sure they'll put a link somewhere. But anyways, Detailers Business Academy is something that I've started as a gift back to the industry that supported me for over 40 years.
Okay.
So the whole goal of it is to take the detailer and convert them into an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And a lot of detailers, they're great at what they do. You know, they're passionate about making stuff shiny.
Right.
They're passionate about making stuff clean and doing the best they can for their customer. But they neglect themselves in that. They neglect their families, their balance. And by converting them into entrepreneurs, now they gain a life balance back. They can satisfy their customers better. And it's little things like that. So it makes everyone's life easier.
Yeah, well, and you're a fountain of knowledge. You have 40 years of experience in this thing, and that's, you know, what I love about the way you teach is you teach not only efficiencies, but a basic practicality for detailing.
Yes.
And there are so many detailers, and there's new detailers coming into this industry every day.
Yeah.
But there's now there's almost too much information from too many different sources, and so many detailers that get into this get so confused because it's almost an overload.
Yeah, there's a huge overload, and as you know, there's no wrong way of doing it.
Right, yeah, the end result's a clean car.
Yeah,
hopefully.
the end result, you know, and we shouldn't get wrapped up in our own selves, because basically we're car janitors. We make stuff shiny, we make people happy. And whether we're detailing a car, whether we're cooking chicken for someone, whether we're owning a restaurant, it all comes down to customer service.
Right.
And you know, the Rag Company, the reason you guys are successful is actually not these videos. The videos are great. They're part of the Rag Company. They're a very big part of the Rag Company. But it's the customer service that TRC gives and supports, and all of that they're doing for the industry that makes TRC what it is.
Right.
And I'm trying to get that same philosophy into detailers. Yes, you're probably the best detailer in the world or in your region. You can make stuff shiny that was matte before. Doesn't matter. If your customers aren't happy, if your customers aren't satisfied, you're not going to be staying in business a long time.
Yeah, and that's a key feature, because a lot of times and it's amazing to me that we're, we've been making these videos, you and I, for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that we still have folks they do too much.
Yeah.
We all want to be great and help our customers.
Oh, exactly.
And we want to be able to give them the best service. But sometimes we've got detailers who are going too far into what the customers paid for. They're not actively listening to what their customers want or how their customers care for their vehicle.
No.
So they're not taking the time to actively listen and engage their customers and find out exactly what they want. You've got folks that'll get a car, but they maybe heard or forgot to ask their customer, how are you washing it?
Yeah.
And they've neglected to see maybe the car wash sticker on the windshield, which means that customer's going to run that car 5 days a week through the car wash, because they have unlimited. They have unlimited, and they love a dust-free finish.
Right.
That's all they care about.
Exactly.
Dust-free.
Yeah.
But you've got a detailer that's like, I'm doing a full paint correction, 3 steps. I'm wet sanding scratches out.
Yeah.
I got this thing looking perfect. When the customer only paid for a quick light polish and a sealant on the outside, you've got folks that are spending 5 to 8 hours additionally, because they're like, I can't let it leave my shop.
It has my name on it.
Has my name on it. Well, what they don't know is the next day that person's running it through the car wash after they spent all those 8 hours and putting those scratches back in.
Oh, exactly. And it's something that, as an entrepreneur, one of the most important parts of customer service is profitability. If you are not profitable, you won't be there to serve your customers again. And overdoing it, spending way too much time doing things like that, you're not profitable.
Right.
And it's unfortunately a mentality that's propagated and moved forward when you go in the detailing groups on Facebook,
right,
or Reddit, or whatever platform you're using. You can have one person that said, I polished the car, I coated it, I satisfied my customer, took me 4 hours. The next post, I wet sanded, I did all this, I spent 40 hours doing the car.
Right.
Both of them at the end say, I charged $1,500.
Right.
Well, the one that did it in 4 hours gets lambasted. You're a thief, you're a crook, you're a hack, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
There's no way you could possibly do that in 4 hours. The one that spent 40 hours and only charged $1,500 gets applauded, gets all that going on.
But only barely made under $10 an hour.
Yeah, they would have been better off working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So, the conversion from I'm a hobbyist detailer to a professional detailer is very hard to do because of that. Because as a hobbyist, if you want to spend 40 hours polishing a car, by all means. If you want to spend 10 hours washing your car, enjoy, have fun. But as a professional, you actually owe it to your customers to be as efficient as possible.
Well, and that's something that a lot of what's nice is there are a lot of manufacturers that are in this same realm. You've got all the brands that we carry, obviously. I listened to a recent podcast, and all the guys were on talking.
Yeah.
And one of the jokes that Eric Joseph said from G-Technic was, do you think, and Dylan also from Rupes said this, but they were joking about, do you think the plumbing industry is the exact same way? Do you think that that there's plumbing groups on Facebook that talk about that the way the detailers speak? Do the plumbers talk about that? Oh, I can't believe you went to Home Depot and picked up this type of tool, a Ryobi, blah blah blah. You should have picked up this Milwaukee pipe cutter, whatever. Yeah. Or oh my gosh, you're using the plastic
you use Teflon tape.
You're using Teflon tape instead of plumber's putty, or you're using this plastic. Yeah. Oh, you were able to put in a new shower install in under an hour and a half for your customers and charged them $250 or $1,000 or whatever. It takes us 40 hours, and we make sure that we cut the sheetrock and we get in here and we pull this and we replace everything. Like, you wonder if that is the same. Or take hairdressers, for example.
Yeah.
There's a number of hours that go into hairdressing.
Right.
And there is a very high price on a lot of that. When I hear that my wife goes, hey, it's going to be this much money, and I'm in the chair for 3 to 4 hours.
Well, you know that I'm cheap and lazy, right?
Well, I know that. I can see that on your head.
That is why I have this hairstyle.
But that's the question.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? Are hairdressers also going through what we as detailers feel that we go through? And you have to look at other businesses. You do need to look, especially detailers. You need to look and see what other industries are doing, what other businesses are doing in terms of customer service.
Right.
If you're coming in and you're just asking for a haircut, give them a haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're coming in and you're going, man, not only did I give you a haircut, but I also did a massage, I trimmed your beard, I did all this stuff.
Yeah.
But there are other folks that are charging double or 3 times as much because those are services.
Yes.
And they're pricing their services, but you're just giving it away.
Exactly.
That's not making you profitable.
No.
That's just you going, well, I couldn't let him out because his beard and his mustache wasn't waxed.
Yeah.
He came in for a head shave, but I had to get all this stuff done because my name's on his head. Well, is it?
No, and no detailer have I seen have their name on a car.
Right.
Now, if their family name happens to be Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, maybe their name is on a car. But the customer, as soon as they leave your establishment, that's it, it's done. They're not going to be saying, look, I had my car detailed here and I found this scratch and this. No, customers don't do that.
Well, and honestly, the only time that happens is I finished a car for Grand National Roadster Show.
Right.
And the owner of the car said, hey, I'm going to put your name on this, that you finished it, you did all the wet color sanding and all that. And I said, well, you don't have to do that.
No.
And he said, no, I want to give you credit. And I said, well, thank you, I appreciate that. Then it came to our local Roadster Show.
Yeah.
And he put it on there, and my dad walked by and saw it. But my dad was the only person
that pointed
it out and text me and say, wow, got to see the car you did.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Yeah.
That was it.
And it does. That Thunderbird is amazing.
But that was the only time.
Yeah.
Right? That's literally the only time your name's on something.
Right.
And it very rarely does that happen.
Yeah.
But on a normal customer's car, you're only going to get the word of mouth. If your customer's happy, and a friend of their season goes, man, your car looks good. And they go, oh, so-and-so did it. Juan did it.
Yeah.
They're going to go, give me his number.
Exactly.
And you're going to get that phone call. That's how it works.
And when we had our business, one of the things that a lot of people enjoyed about our company was we were able to give them their car back the same day.
Right.
Detailers think that, oh, I'm going to keep it overnight because if I give it back to them the same day, the customer doesn't think I'm putting the effort in and all that. No, your customer loves having their car back the same day.
Yeah, it's that whole ability to be able to provide, just listen to those customers, ask them, make sure you're asking them what you want, what they want, and you know what they want.
Exactly.
And then make sure you know how they clean it, because if they're saying, oh yeah, I wash it at home every Saturday, sweet, sell them detailing products.
Yeah.
Sell them stuff to make their lives easier.
Or give them the link to the TRC.
Yeah, or give them a link to the rag company to buy some stuff. Let them know.
Yeah.
But if they're saying, yeah, I take it through the car wash once a week because it's just more convenient for me. Okay, then adjust your services based on that.
Yeah.
Maybe you sell them a ceramic coating because they're going to come back to you every year.
Yeah.
And they go, well, we could put a ceramic coating that may barely only last a year going through that car wash because of the friction and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to help save the clear coat because are you guys planning on keeping this for a long time?
Exactly.
There is a reason. Yes, that clear coat's going to become a sacrificial layer at that point, but you have the potential to possibly sell them to make it easier. You're going to be trying to sell it to them every year because it isn't going to last, but there are ways around it. You don't have to just go, well, they're running through car wash, not going to help them out, or not going to put this coating on because they're just going to run through car wash.
No, actually,
try and figure out ways around that.
Yeah.
But learn, talk, discuss, and that's the easiest thing.
And if the customer is taking their car through the car wash, despite what the coating companies are telling you, you actually want to put a coating on it because that is the best thing you can do for your customer.
Yeah.
Because now that coating, it might not last the 7 years or the 5 years that the company is telling you that the coating should last, but they're not going to be washing their car as often.
Right.
It's going to be looking better between car washes, and you still have the benefits of a coating of easier to wash, and the increased, well, not increased, but the resale value is better.
Right. Well, and I have a customer that literally does this. I ceramic coat the vehicle, They run it through the car wash every week.
Yeah.
But when it comes back the next year, I coat the car again.
Yeah.
I polish it, I coat it, and then it runs its life in it every year.
Yeah.
But they have the money, and the reason they do that is he knows that he wants it to stay really nice. He likes the way the car looks.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. He's
Right.
happy. So the key is listening, explain, understand, do all that stuff. And that's one of the neat things about what you're doing with the Detailers Business Academy. Ivan is teaching those techniques and teaching you how to become an entrepreneur, how to make money in your business, how to be more efficient.
Right.
I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, efficiency. And efficiency, despite what people think, actually breeds quality. The more efficient you are, the higher quality you're going to have.
Yep.
Now, one of the other things we do is, and I say we, my wife and I, Sylvie travels with me, and she's a much better detailer
She's a
than
much
I'll
better
ever be.
detailer than him, just so you know. I think
Yeah.
you're kind of a hack compared to her.
Definitely, yeah. But nonetheless, we go around and we actually come to your shop and teach you, your employees, all the other detailers in the region, whatever. So you can contact me and we can arrange a training. And the other thing that we started to do right before this pandemic, we only did one on camera, and that is going into detailing shops and redoing them.
Yeah.
So we actually kick the owner and the employees of the detailing shop out. We take over for a couple days, no customers, but we reformulate the shop so that it becomes an efficient working environment.
Well, and that's a big thing that a lot of detailers don't think about. You know, probably you may have your dilution set up wrong, or your the way you walk around a vehicle wrong.
Exactly.
You know, tools in the wrong spot, so you're actually taking more steps because you've placed stuff in the wrong spots, or you've put things in because you didn't know.
Exactly.
You know, and that is a big key point that a lot of folks don't think about.
No.
Is the layout of your shop.
Exactly. You know, Sylvie and I have set up hundreds of detailing shops now, and it really makes a difference, especially when you can look at it from the outside.
Yeah.
We went to one detailing shop recently that the owner's been in that shop for 20 years. He doesn't see what's going on in a shop anymore. To him, it's become normal.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. But we walked in and went, oh, no, you got to change things here. And just a few changes we suggested to him, and bingo, his efficiency went up by 20%.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to do. So for us, we can look at it from a bird's eye view and see, oh, wait a minute, we could change this, and this. And when we walk in, we're intuitively already reorganizing everybody's shop.
Yeah. Well, and when I took a lot of those tips that you had for me, and I remember implementing them in my business, and I remember my little brother was the only one to contest me.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is the way I do it. And I said, count your steps.
Yeah.
From this point till your finishing point, count them.
Yeah.
And he did his steps, and I go, now do it my way.
Yeah.
And he went around and did it again, and he's like, okay. I had 42 steps, and your way I had 24 steps.
Right.
And I go,
Thank you.
less steps around the vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we do it this way.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thought of you thinking you could change it.
Yeah.
But the proof was in the pudding there. It saved him less steps around a car.
Yeah.
And the less times you have to walk around the car, the more time you save.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're here for customer service as well.
Right.
One thing though, have you bought all 4 coins yet?
That's a big thing.
Oh, actually, there's 5 coins, but there's one being released at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I can tell you, you need to stick around for this afternoon. Not only is the new whatever they're introducing, won't say what it is, but I know. But anyways, whatever they're introducing this afternoon, not only is it great, but the person behind it is a lot of fun.
There you
go. What's his name?
Yeah.
We won't say his name, but and I do know his name. Don't worry. But anyways, just such a fun, great, vivacious person.
Yeah. The biggest thing though, those coins, every single one of them go to a good cause. You can literally buy, if you haven't already, today you're allowed to buy all 4 coins.
Right.
Wait till 2 o'clock, pick up the 5th coin.
Yeah.
So if you've been waiting, holding off, 100% of the proceeds. So if you're buying those 5 coins, 100% of those proceeds are all going to each various charity. And here's the other thing, Ivan, that a lot of people don't know. The Rag Company EU also has 5 coins available.
Oh, wow.
All 5 of those coins are going up for sale, but each coin costs 50 euros.
Yeah.
And all the proceeds are going to a charity organization in the Netherlands for childhood cancers.
Excellent.
So huge again as well. They've got a number of coins that they're selling, but all 5 are coming in a kit. So you have to buy each coin,
Right.
So that hopefully you can get all 5. You have to get them. So
Right. And
check out
when
Rag
they
Company EU to get those.
And when they say all the proceeds, they don't mean like a lot of places where it's all the profits. No, you're spending 50 euros on a coin, the 50 euros is going. You're spending $10 on a coin, that $10 is going to the charity.
Yep, exactly. All of it, 100%. So we got some questions. Dane, what do you got?
Hans says Patrick is sending me all the coins after Monday. Oh man, that guy. That's why I wrote. Just make sure Hans didn't buy them all first.
Yeah.
Jeez, that guy.
Hey, but
so
he'd be supporting a charity. That's
He would. Hans is doing a good thing.
it's all going to a good place, so it's all in good spirit, good fun. I do have some questions here for Yvan, if you'd like to tackle a few. We could start with kind of an interesting one. I've got Mike here saying, pretend that a garage or shop is a rectangle. What is an effective layout? So kind of like determine where the entrance is, where the garage door is, and where you would place things.
It's not necessarily the shape of the garage that changes.
Okay.
It's what you put in the garage.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I suggested to Levi when I first went into a shop is get rid of the horizontal surfaces.
Your workbenches.
Yeah. They had workbenches everywhere. And some of the stuff on those benches was what, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old?
Yeah, no, it's still that way in the MOS HQ at my house.
But that's your house.
Yeah, but that's my house, not my business.
Right.
And you were right. You were like, why do you have this? And I was like, I don't know.
Like the sofa.
Yeah.
And the sofa was basically the back seat of a minivan, beige, and a little dirty, but nonetheless.
Yeah. The shop dog slept on it. That was what it was for, really. It was that.
But yeah, so no, basically think of your environment as trying to make it the most efficient possible. And again, the shape is not really necessarily, the big part of it. But like for us, our wash bay had on both sides of the wash bay, it was a mirror image.
Yeah.
So we had microfiber towels, we had the airlines, we had the pressure washer hoses. Everything was doubled up so that one employee could go around the car, or if they were teamed up as a team of 2, they could each do their half and do exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Well, and like another thing was having everything at the ready.
Exactly.
So biggest thing that one thing that you taught was totes. Having an interior tote so that you take everything with you to the spot, or having a detailing cart set up that's solely an exterior cart, solely an interior cart.
Exactly.
That cart comes with you.
Yeah,
It follows you. It doesn't just sit off to the side and you keep walking back and forth across your shop to it. You bring it to you. So there's a lot of neat little tips and tricks that he has that you really need to check out. And how do they find it? How do they get signed up?
The easiest way is YouTube, the Detailer's Business Academy.
There you go. What else we got in here, Dane?
Well, Tyler here just wants to compliment Yvan, saying Ivan's outlook on efficiency in business is contagious. I manage a mechanic shop, and after listening to Yvan, I find myself looking at our flow very differently. Thank you, Yvan.
Oh, thank you, Tyler. And actually, we do the same thing for mechanic shops and body shops. So it's not just detailing. Before, starting my companies, I worked for a woodworking tool company, Porter Cable, Delta Porter Cable. They were combined in Canada. And part of my role was going into manufacturing facilities, wood shops, and organizing them. Like I said, I have 2 qualities in life. I'm cheap and I'm lazy. And that laziness transfers to making things efficient.
Yeah. And it's funny because I've been doing this with you for so long that now people get, like, Dane will get mad at me for trying to do something more efficiently.
Right.
because he's like, that's not the way I'm going to do it. And I go, yeah, but you could do it this way. You don't have to walk around so much.
Exactly.
But it rubs off. And all of a sudden you start thinking of these ways to do something. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then Dane has now brought on some of those same techniques and efficiencies when you've been working on the new house and on the new garage.
Exactly.
Figuring out the best way to do stuff.
There's been some benefits there. There's no horizontal surfaces in there right now, so that's a start.
Exactly.
Just a lot of tire racks for some reason.
With Konig wheels.
Yeah. I've got a few questions here, but I can only really get time for one or two more. So let me get you one here. I think this is good from Steven. Ivan, what's one thing you wish you could convince detailers to do to be more efficient, not including rinseless washing, so other things? And how would you convince them?
To convince them, like I said before, if you're a professional detailer, one of the most important elements of customer service is profitability.
Yeah.
And if you're not profitable, you're not serving your customers properly. So work on your profitability, and by working on your profitability, you're going to be more efficient.
Yeah.
So that is a big component of that, is getting that efficiency as much as possible, and always be thinking about it. And one of the easiest ways of instantly improving your efficiency, set up a camera, like there's 20 of them around us here, but set up a camera in your detailing environment, whether you're mobile or whether you're shop-based, and film a detail. And then actually watch it and pick it apart and watch it with someone that's never detailed before.
There you go.
They'll see stuff that you won't.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, Ricky Cologne here has my last one here. I've definitely seen that mentality locally where efficiency is, for lack of a better term, frowned upon. Now, Can you speak to that, just why people seem to approach it that way? Why they think that being efficient is a bad thing? They think you're skipping out on something, cutting corners, whatever.
Well, yeah, there's a big difference between cutting corners and being efficient.
Right,
Efficiency breeds quality. And like I mentioned before, a lot of detailers come into the profession as a hobby.
Yeah.
And as a hobby, you want to take as much time as you want. You know, washing your, like he mentioned, the one before mentioned rinseless.
Yeah.
Well, if you're washing your car in your driveway on the weekend, by all means, get out the foam cannon.
Yeah, have some fun with it.
Exactly, have fun with it. But if you're doing it for a living, find the most efficient and safe way of doing it.
Right. Well, and I heard a recent comment on one of the detailing forums where someone said, you know, well, it wasn't directed at anybody personally, but I'll just say my old right arm, Matt Ward.
Yeah.
One of the fastest and most amazing detailers I've ever met.
Definitely.
Quality is second to none.
Yeah.
But will run circles around me in a car.
Yeah.
He is so fast, lightning fast. But he has built an amazing business that is an extremely successful business that puts out I mean it's 5 figures in a month. Like it's a good business.
Yeah.
And when I hear him compared to other detailers in this area, and they go, "Oh, he's just a car fluffer."
Yeah.
And it's like, what? And they're like, he polishes a car and then he puts a coating on it.
Yeah.
He's not doing the nitty gritty where he's getting 3-stage polishes and color sanding and all. And you're like, no, he gets those, but he also does these, and he does it very well, that he's not spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
So yes, it looks like he's doing a lot of cars, but he's getting a lot done, and he's very fast, very efficient, and his sales are that. When he's doing 5 cars a day, and the other guys are doing 1 car a day, or 1 car every 2 days, and they're complaining, oh, he's not really working hard.
Yeah.
Because he gets a car done so fast. No, he does it fast because he knows how to do it properly.
And he's put in the work before to get to that point. And one thing I'd like to add, though, is today's paints are getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And doing that wet sanding and 3-stage buffing and all that, that's great for your ego. It's really bad for the car.
Right.
You know, we want shiny scratches. We don't want to remove all the scratches.
Yep, exactly. Well, Ivan, this has been a pleasure.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here, joining us here at TRCMA.
Yes.
And one more time, how do they learn about the Detailers Business Academy?
Well, YouTube. The Detailers Business Academy, just look for me. And I'm on Facebook. I'm on, I've been accused of being omnipresent. I'm on Instagram as well. I have a TikTok, not for the Detailers Business Academy, but for the bus. So if you like the bus thing, Lacroix Cruiser, you can follow it there. I just had a video go viral on TikTok. Last time I checked, it was at 1.2 million.
It's just a bus startup.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's literally pointing the camera at the exhaust of the bus, and it starts up with a little puff of smoke, and that's it.
There you go.
But there's like thousands of comments, people debating that I need to rebuild the engine, or this is exactly how it should be.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Follow the Lacroix Cruiser on that stuff. So thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank
you. Dane.
Back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. And as always, Ivan is a wealth of knowledge. We always appreciate when he gets a chance to come by on the bus and drop some of those knowledge bombs. So thank you for that, Ivan. And next up, we've got Exoshield going on. Let's check that out.
Just want to do a quick audio test here. Can you hear us on the other side there, Dane? All right?
All right. All right. Hello. I can see, but can I hear? I'm trying to reach out to you guys. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. We got a couple more
And
people
we are
coming on. Kyle, you want
live.
to pop on there?
We are live on the air. I will have you know.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, there
Sweet.
you go.
So we got Kyle here.
Yeah, welcome.
Awesome. Marissa, you can pop over on. I think we're good here.
Hey, guys. So what are we doing today?
So, guys, what are we doing today? Well, you guys take. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? Kyle here from Exoshield. I am a territory manager. With me, I have Marissa.
Hey guys.
I have Danielle and Jesse.
Hello.
Both from our marketing team.
Hello.
We're out here at Konawari, just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Really excited to be here. Stoked to be with the TRC and everyone watching. First of all, big thank you goes out to the Red Company crew. You guys are always awesome, and we really appreciate you guys thinking of us for this event. This week so far has been amazing. Big shout out to all the other awesome guests throughout the week. We hope you've been having an awesome time. Today we have a really, really awesome segment for you guys. We're going to be telling you all about Exoshield, everything you need to know, how to get your hands on the stuff. Plus, Marissa's actually going to be demonstrating an install of our latest product, Exoshield 1, on this Jeep right back here. You're not going to want to miss it.
Nice.
Awesome. So let's get into it. Why do drivers need windshield protection? So over the years, the cost to replace windshields has risen because of advanced driver assistance systems, which are things like lane assist and rain sensing wipers, where the cameras and sensors are located behind the windshield. So when a windshield needs to get replaced, it's no longer just popping a piece of glass back into the frame. You also have to do a recalibration of those sensors to make sure that those lane assist, like advanced driver assistance systems, like lane assist, aren't failing while people are driving. Personally, I don't like lane assist, and it feels weird when I'm driving, but a lot of people really enjoy it. So there's that. So something that actually we thought was really funny, and I thought was funny when I first started working here, is like a 2017 Toyota Corolla, guys. Like that windshield's $1,000 to replace OEM with recalibration.
Dan, I just heard from Nick that you can't necessarily hear all of us there. Can you still hear Marissa and Kyle pretty clear?
I can hear you guys pretty well. I can definitely tell that the mic being held is a lot clearer, but Marissa's got a little bit of reverb going on.
Okay, here, I'll try and get that out of there for you.
One moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little technical there, guys, but that's okay. Go ahead and keep presenting. We're hearing you enough to understand.
Yeah, you know,
what's going on.
it's actually very true.
Yeah.
Many drivers out there are unaware that their windshield is so expensive. You know, and to that being said, you know, worth protecting. So what is Exoshield, and how is it going to save my windshield, your windshield? Well,
So
basically, put it simply, Exoshield is like a giant screen protector for your cell phone, but designed for the windshield of your car. It's meant to protect not only the windshield itself, but all the expensive ADAS sensors that are in behind. It's super clear, as you can see, and it's also pretty thick at 5 mil. When applied to your windshield, Exoshield should enable your windshield to be 6 times stronger against impacts.
So Exoshield GT3 is our main product. So this film comes in a 48 by 100 foot roll, and it's completely custom installed for each vehicle. So basically what happens is the installer will go over to the vehicle, measure the glass to how much film they're going to need, pull the film out, cut off that piece of film, walk over to the windshield, place it, organize the fingers, and then go through with heat forming the film or shrinking it and installing it. This takes anywhere from like 45 minutes to 2 hours. So 45 minutes for like something easier like a Jeep or maybe a BMW. And then looking at Teslas, Ferraris, McLarens, those are probably going to take closer to 2 hours. We do have a full installation video on our YouTube, which is Exoshield by Konig. You can check that out.
Awesome. And our newest product to hit the market is actually Exoshield 1. So Exoshield 1 is the same film as GT3, but it actually comes in a pre-cut and pre-molded kit. It's specific to vehicle make and models, and we'll get into those variety of kits available. But what we've done is we've taken out 90% of the labor, the shrinking, the cutting, to save you on average an hour of install time. So with these kits, depending on the model, you should be looking at about a 20-minute install. Best part is you don't even really need film experience to have success with it.
So this Jeep that we have here, this Rubicon, it did have Exoshield on it before. We took that Exoshield off, cleaned it up, so it's pretty much ready to go. The step of making sure that the windshield is super clean is absolutely crucial to a proper install. Making sure that you're flushing out all the areas around the windshield and getting off any gross stuff like bugs that are on the windshield. So I'm not going to be doing a full-length clean. I am just going to do a really quick one, and then I'm going to get this installation going.
All right.
Here it goes up.
Okay, cool. And while Marissa's doing that, I'm going to join you, Kyle.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just going to kind of keep you company, answer some of the technical questions. So, yeah, Marissa, good luck.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to try not to slice my hands open.
You're fine. It'll be great. Okay, so you kind of mentioned a little bit, or Marissa did, about the sensors and modular details and how is this really the main reason why people come in to get windshield protection? What are you hearing from partners?
Yeah, so first of all, many people don't actually realize how much their windshield would cost to replace. A lot of people assume that if they don't drive a really nice or expensive car, replacing a common part like a windshield is relatively inexpensive, which just isn't the case anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's also the idea that once you replace the windshield, it will never be the same again. This is something we hear a lot, especially from Porsche guys, I think. It's something that we tend to notice. Would you say that that's kind of what you're hearing as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the Porsche community and owners alike, they actually love to drive and enjoy their vehicle. They also pay meticulous attention to maintaining all original OEM parts. So on top of that too, though, the other issue is, again, so supply chain. It's tough to get these windshields in, and even from some of our newer partners that are glass shops, they're finding it difficult, so it makes sense to protect those windshields.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy things about like 6 months for a Tesla windshield. It's pretty nuts right now.
Absolutely, and that's the nice thing about a protective product like Exoshield. It can actually be easily removed and replaced, like over a given time, to protect your windshield from not only impact but also erosion.
Yeah.
Guys, we've got a comment here saying, wish we had Exoshield on our Model Y windshield. It cracked on us and had to be replaced. Definitely getting one of these for the new one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Any notes on the Model Y windshield?
Yeah, absolutely. That's as we're going to get into with Tesla customers, we know that there's definitely a need for some protection on those. It's not only just a really big windshield, but it's got all your sensors in behind. So don't worry, we're going to be looking after you.
Yeah, for sure. I think Teslas are becoming one of our most popular types of vehicles for Exoshield for sure.
Absolutely.
What else would you say are the really popular vehicles?
So again, as you kind of touched on, Porsche is huge. It's probably one of our largest customer vehicles that come in for protection. I think, again, as I touched on, it is because they really actually enjoy to drive their vehicles. I know for myself, the 911 is my dream car one day.
Love to drive their cars.
Absolutely, and drive them.
Yeah.
Another big one is actually Jeeps. And again, anyone who knows and has a Wrangler, I don't have to tell you how common it is to break a windshield. So that's why we designed our first kits for Exoshield 1 to service the needs of Jeep customers.
Definitely, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to local clubs or Jeep events, and almost everyone is like, man, I've broken 3 windshields this year alone. So it's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Again, as the other part of it too is, as we touched on with the comments online, it would be Teslas. We've got customers asking about windshield protection for Teslas all the time.
Oh, we have someone saying I'm going to need one ASAP for my Tundra and 4Runner. Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. But again, outside of those, you don't necessarily just have to have an exotic or a collector car, to be popular with Exoshield. Because of that increased cost of the windshield replacement, the glass itself, recalibration of all those ADAS systems, those common road-going road warriors, the daily drivers, those are the guys that also are coming in big time looking for protection.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, if you want to do some kind of fun little trick, if you go to SafeLight's website and look up the cost of replacing your windshield, it's probably like 2 or 3 times what you're expecting it to be. I know it was a huge shock for me, so it's definitely pretty crazy.
Definitely.
And then as far as where people can get up Exoshield or the types of shops that offer Exoshield, I think it seems like most of the people who are offering Exoshield GT3, so installing it off the roll, are usually like tint shops, people who have experience with PPF, other film products. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So definitely we see, those type of shops that have been offering GT3, they're now getting interested in Exoshield 1, but we're also seeing an expansion into a whole new category for us. So Exoshield, because it comes in a kit, because you don't need a lot of film experience, we're starting to see more glass shops, as we touched on, detailers, guys doing coatings, even aftermarket specialty shops that have all sorts of performance upgrades for Wranglers are now offering this product.
That's awesome. So it's really more accessible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if people want to get their hands on Exoshield, whether you want it for your actual vehicle or if you're thinking about actually offering this in your business, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, great question. So whether actually or not you're looking to have it installed on your vehicle or you think it would be great to do an addition for your business, the best thing to do is head on over to getexoshield.com/connect. We have a ton of resources there. You can fill out a quick form if you're interested in offering this. You're going to hear from myself, my other colleagues, and territory managers reaching out to, again, get a little bit more information about yourself. If you're looking to install this on your personal vehicle, we have a really awesome partner map online where you can locate installing and authorized dealers anywhere in your area. We have partners all around the world, especially in North America, so there should be someone right nearby that you can find to get your vehicle protected.
Yeah, I think at this point we're almost near or in every major city, so it should be someone near you.
We just got a question here. Does the windshield have to be new before installing, and will light sandblasting on the glass affect the install process? So will a lightly used windshield still be protected, or could it be protected?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. You obviously want to be mindful about the condition of that windshield. If it is far too pitted or if it does have stone chips, sometimes it is better to replace it before protecting it and just keep that new one going. But
no,
you're still able to cover it.
Yeah.
Let's see where Marissa's at.
How are we looking, Marissa?
Good, because it's a pre-cut kit and it's a Jeep, so we look really good today. So we're just at the step now where we have started to get to the reverse roll. So basically what we've done is Jesse and I have released the liner from the adhesive, which in turn, when we're going to roll this into itself, we're going to slap it on the windshield and unroll it, and it just makes it so the liner actually releases from the adhesive and doesn't cause a problem. So this step is really crucial, especially if you're going to be doing this by yourself. Learning a reverse roll is really crucial because you don't have to have a peel board like in a window tint shop. It's also easier to do by yourself.
Does reverse rolling help control contamination?
And reverse rolling also helps control contamination by making sure that both sides are wet. But it just helps it so the dust in the air doesn't stick when you're actually installing it, which is really frustrating.
So what are we going to do next?
So next is we're going to set the reverse roll.
Cool. Back to you guys.
Perfect. Well, I've got a lot of talking Danielle, so maybe I'm going to put you on the spot now. So why don't you let the viewers know what makes an Exoshield so different?
Okay, good. I like this question. So one of the things I always tell people is that at our core, Exoshield is really a nanocoatings company. So we have a really amazing team of scientists and engineers who literally built this product from the ground up. We kind of joke that from the chemistry in the film all the way to the box, we've pretty much designed everything. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is trying to consistently push the boundaries of the actual technology for windshield protection film. It's the only product we offer right now, and we put all of our focus on making it the best it can be. So Exoshield GT3, which is what we showed you at the beginning of this segment, is the version of the film that we released just last year, actually. And it includes what we call our endurance class coating, which basically is the nano coating, that's the hard coat of the film. And it makes it a lot more durable, abrasion resistant, and better optical clarity than anything else that we've seen on the market. So,
you know what, that might be even a good point. It looks like we've got a question here. How long does the protection last?
okay, good question. I mean, the annoying answer to this one is that it really depends. It depends how you use your vehicle, where you live. Our warranty is 2 years, so usually depending on, again, how you use your vehicle, that's kind of what you can expect to get out of it. But often, like I said, it really depends where you're driving.
We'll touch on it a little bit later, but we do actually have a care and maintenance guide that you'll get once your vehicle is protected. The installing dealer will provide you with that, so you'll know how to maintain your Exoshield to prolong the life of the film.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other thing, just to kind of go back to your question, Kyle, about what makes us different, I think really it's about how we try to treat our installers. To us, we call them partners, and that's what we really see them as. Both the sales and marketing teams, most of us are here today, but we're always thinking about how we can help our partners, whether it's with Exoshield or any other aspect of their business. I know that's something you, Kyle, and the manager, and Marissa as well, are basically obsessed with kind of helping our partners.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the best parts of my job. It's not necessarily just about selling a product and like see you later. The fact that we can actually build meaningful relationships with our partners, helping them to grow their business and implement the Exoshield in an effective way is one of the best parts of the job.
Yeah, I think relationship building is so huge. I mean, even with other companies, the rag company, just to kind of shout you guys out again, this is part of why we love you guys so much, because it's such a big focus that you guys have as well. So yeah, I think that's really what's important to us.
Absolutely, it's really cool. I've had a chance to meet a lot of great people in the process.
Definitely.
Now, just going back on something you mentioned about the technology, and then it looks like we've got another question, but we'll jump onto that one shortly. So again, we're asked all the time about whether or not we do any sort of testing or anything like that. Can you maybe let people know, give them some insights on what that looks like?
Definitely, and actually I'll address the question. So the question we have is, can you put a hydrophobic treatment on top of Exoshield? And it kind of ties in well, because yes, that's something we test. So we do have specific coatings that we test on the film to make sure it will work. We have actually on our website, if you go to getexoshield.com, we have a specific blog post about what coatings are most compatible with Exoshield. Basically, it just comes down to which ones are going to last the longest on your film. But yes, you can absolutely put a coating on top. As far as other testing, I think, yes, we definitely test the film. It's something that we're always doing to try to make the product better. And for us, it's really important to understand how it's going to work in the field. There are lots of different tests that we do. Some of them are more kind of industry standard tests, but because the windshield is such a sort of unique environment for a film, we've had to design a lot of our tests ourselves to really mimic what's happening to the windshield. One of the most relevant tests, obviously, is impact testing. So especially when we were first starting to develop the base of the product, it was really important for us to test the impact, make sure that it can withstand a rock hitting the windshield. And that's how we got to that 6x impact resistance that we're always talking about, is we actually test for that. Outside of impact resistance, we're also testing for abrasion resistance. That's a really big part as far as making the film really durable, because obviously with the wiper blades on the windshield, any kind of soft plastic film can easily get scratched. So abrasion resistance is something that we test for a lot in-house.
Absolutely. We missed one question there, but it looks like someone's already ready. They're new car shopping and they're ready to get some film on that one when it comes in. So check out our partner map. You can definitely find an installer right near you. And then you're asking, where can I get trained to install Exoshield? That's a really good question. So basically, we'll touch on it quickly, but we have 2 training facilities. We have one in Las Vegas and one in Vancouver in Canada. It's a 3-day session, intensive. It's really, really awesome. Anyone who attends has had a great time. I think actually Marissa just got back from a really cool training session down in Vegas. But it's a great opportunity to not only hone your skills, but really learn all the tips and tricks for an effective install. So lots of information online about that. And again, feel free to reach out on the Connect page, and we'll be happy to answer any of those additional questions. So again, just kind of circling back a little bit, new tech, Exoshield 1. So again, this is obviously the kit that Jesse and Marissa are working on right now. But basically, like we said, they come pre-cut, pre-shrunk, pre-molded, so to speak, in a single piece of film. So again, the installation process is super simple, super easy. And you really, like I said, don't need any film experience to find success with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for anyone who maybe...
Like the marketing people that are doing this.
Yeah, if a marketing person can do it, you can do it, I promise you. Okay, so for anyone watching who maybe has no experience with film, maybe you do more coatings or detailing, that kind of thing, but you're thinking that you want to add Exoshield 1 to your customers. I know a lot of shops we talk to, they hear this question from their customers a lot of the time about how can I protect my windshield? It's a constant source of stress for them. So what can people who maybe don't have that experience expect from the kits?
Yeah, definitely. So again, the idea is that you're going to get the single piece of film in your kit. You're going to have your instructional manual. There's also a digital one online. We also have a video install guide as well. That's fantastic for walking you through. You'll get that care guide that you'll be able to hang on the mirror that we can show you guys in a little bit. And ultimately, that's going to help teach your customer about how to best maintain their windshield protection. Now, right now, we have kits for the Jeep, JL, and JT. So that would be the body styles for the new Wranglers and the Gladiators. And again, the reason for that was because they're just highly requested. New Jeep owners, are constantly getting their windshield battered by stones. So they're very, very common. But we are very excited to announce that we will be having JK body style kits available very soon. So just hold tight for that. Now, on the EV side of things, really exciting. Tesla Model 3 kits are coming soon.
Probably most requested.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So hold tight for those. Obviously, you're going to see, check out our IG, check out our Facebook. We're going to have tons of information about when those kits are going to be available. So we're really, really excited about that.
Yeah, I think we just had a question or comment come in about the upright windshields of Jeeps and how they're just basically magnets for options, which is definitely true.
Absolutely. And I mean, windshield prices are still going up for Jeeps. It used to be that it was inexpensive, but as you can see, I mean, this thing is loaded up with sensors all over the vehicle, and most of those are held in behind the windshield there. So even for a Wrangler, there's still a ton of ADAS in there.
Yeah, for sure. How much would you say? I think it's like almost $1,000 to replace a brand new Wrangler with a brand new Wrangler.
Yeah, upwards, because then again, you also have the ADAS recalibration as well.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
What do we got?
Cool. Well, we have another question. Lots of new cars will need windshield protection because of the different sensors they have. Yes, absolutely. I don't know if any of you who are watching this have had to go through the pain of having to recalibrate or have their windshield sensors recalibrated. But it is a crazy process. In some cases, I think they actually have to drive the car around.
They do, yeah.
Yeah,
they have that they have to take. And again, the biggest thing is that if you're in a single vehicle family, you don't have a vehicle for that day.
Yeah, exactly.
So a bit of an inconvenience.
Kyle, we got a question here asking if from the Netherlands, is somewhere over here a dealer? They can't find anything nearby on the map.
So we are working on that. Again, we do have partners all around the world. We do have a ton in North America, but I can assure you, over the next few months, you're going to start seeing a lot more opportunities to get Exoshield installed in Europe. But again, shoot us an email over, and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction.
Yeah. Or if you know any local shops, you
Yeah, certainly.
Do you have another question there, Jesse?
Yeah. So this is a great one. So usually any type of film, for example, PPF or window tint, is something better left to professionals. Is Exoshield ideal for the enthusiast, and if so, why?
That's a good question.
It seems like a couple of questions in there.
Yeah. I mean, definitely yes. For the majority of vehicles, and I mean for everything right now, we're definitely still recommending that installs it. The nice thing about the Exoshield 1 kits is that you don't have to have a ton of film experience, although ideally you do have experience working on cars and have a business, like I said, like if you do coatings or other detailing kind of work, then you should have all the skills you need to install Exoshield 1 kits, We do have lots of instructions and we offer videos and that kind of thing to help you with the kits. And then if you need help as well, that's where our training comes in. We really push for partners to go through training just to make sure they have. There are so many little kits. Our master trainer is Lawrence. He's absolutely amazing. But he'll teach you everything you need to know. If you want to get the best quality, absolutely a professional. The nice thing about Exoshield 1, like I said, is that you just don't need to have those years of film experience to feel like you can get up to speed with Exoshield.
Yeah, 100%. So, and again, if that person is looking to be an installer, that's all available on our Connect page. If you're looking to get it installed on your vehicle, we can certainly point you in the right direction. Even if it is through Exoshield 1, we can certainly help it get set up.
If they're on their mobile, where can they find the Connect page?
Oh, so yeah, you can actually, if you're on your mobile phone right now, you can head over to our Instagram, and we've got a link to the Connect page right in there.
Yeah, and take a look at Jesse's hard work on our Instagram. He's absolutely amazing.
Thanks, guys. We got another question here.
Exo.shield, for those of you if you don't know.
Exo.shield.
We've got, this is a pretty good question, and I'll let you guys kind of field it. Madge, you might want to hop in on this. But have there been any customers that run into issues with legality of the product or location dependent? So like, are there any places specifically?
Yeah, that is a great question. Now, yeah, first and foremost, like we've designed our film to be more optically clear than the windshield itself. I know for some states and provinces, when it comes to legality about tinting a front windshield, it's a bit of an unknown, and it does vary state by state, province to province.
Yeah, we basically just usually recommend check your local laws. Everywhere is going to be a little bit different, so just make sure that you're sort of aware of what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess like just while we are getting a little light on time, how are we making out with the installer, Marissa?
Good. So I'm just doing usually I'm doing 3 passes with the squeegee. So do an initial squeegee to tack it, then re-wet the film on the squeegee to get out most of the water, and then now I'm just going around doing a 3rd squeegee just to make sure that as much moisture is out as possible. Reason being is we want to make sure that we can drive this home without having a bunch of distortion, or wavyness, and also so the piece of film actually tacks before we hit the roads.
I think you actually touched on a great point there, so I'm going to just ask for some support on that. Ideally, like what are we looking at? If I was to get this installed on my vehicle, how much time would I need?
So ideally, like when we're talking about parts.
All right, so apparently we lost a little bit of audio feed from those guys, but they're right on the tail end here of the presentation. I want to see if we can get the sound back from them, but it's been pretty easy watching the installation go on in the background. I mean, just during this segment, you've seen, I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing in the world, but it definitely looks like something that with a little bit of training you could definitely pull off and would be an awesome addition to any kind of detailing shop. Separate from tinting and wrapping and all that kind of stuff, this is definitely something that would appeal to a lot of people. I know especially in mountain states, those kinds of places where rock chips are prevalent, and yeah, definitely something to consider the next time you get a new vehicle or before you go worrying about a new windshield. Now, as far as moving things along here, I am wondering if it is time to round this out. Okay, so we are going to toss over to a video now, and if you'll give me a moment, I gotta make a little run for it.
All right, and what an awesome intro segment, right? That's awesome. So this segment of TRCMA is actually all about the rag company and the rag company worldwide.
The TRC in TRCMA?
I know. Yeah. Is that bad? Can we plug ourselves?
No, we can. We totally can. We just want to say big thanks to our friends in Canada, Exoshield, for doing an amazing job. Sorry that we lost their audio at the very end there, but make sure you reach out to their company, and if you want to become an installer, they're adding installers all around the country and all around the world. So make sure you reach out to those guys, and thank you to all of them for doing that. So Anthony, why don't you kick this off here? Sorry.
All right, so we're going to be going over kind of what's new at TRC, right? So you guys have seen a lot of the other brands, a lot of their demonstrations, and everything's been so awesome and so informative, but we haven't really touched up on what's new here, right, at the rag company. So we wanted to take a moment just to kind of explain that, explain what we're doing here around the facility to expand and grow, but also talk about our worldwide presence, talk about what Juan's been doing, and talk about kind of what the future might be for us, right, in the next couple of years. Because the last couple of years have been kind of hectic, right? Things have been kind of crazy, a little bit uncertain, and I know it's kind of hard to keep up because the time has flown by extremely fast.
It has.
But at the same time, you kind of look back and you don't really remember a whole lot, right? So we kind of want to recap on what's new here to bring you guys along for the TRC ride. So new products at TRC. We have plenty on the way, right? We have a pretty big announcement later this afternoon. But what's new in terms of towels, right? What can we expect? So right in front of me is an Amazon exclusive. You guys have seen this on social media. You may have already bought one of the packs on Amazon. So this is the Eagle Edgeless 450 in teal, an exclusive color, Levi.
The Teagle, as people have been calling it. It is available Amazon only.
Yeah.
And so far, people are loving it.
They love it. And so what could you do with this towel?
Well, this towel you can use for any of your last step polishes or last step products, any of your so your quick detailers, your spray sealants, any of that stuff. It really is such a soft, delicate towel. You can use it for compounding, you can use it for polishing. It's just like our normal Eagles, just about 50 GSM lighter.
Exactly.
Than the 500.
Found it to be a really happy medium.
They like it.
Yep.
They like it.
And
so, fun fact, that was actually what the Eagle was originally, the GSM, before we changed it to the 500 GSM. So
bounced around.
we kind of
So
brought
it's
back an old
tribute to that, right?
Yeah.
And so you'll notice that it comes in this new fancy bag, right? So going forward, we're going to try to do more of these pre-bagged items and pre-bagged towels from the Rag Company. And I think it really kind of ups the look, right? Kind of raises the brand awareness so people know exactly where they're getting it from, and they don't have to question, right? Is this a real Rag Company towel?
Those are worldwide too.
I guarantee you, nobody's going to go out of their way to try to recreate our bag and do all. That's way too much work. But these bags are absolutely awesome, and what's really cool about them too is not only are they high quality, but you can reuse them. So if you would like to reuse them or recycle them, please, you're absolutely more than welcome to do that. But I think, are they going to be mad at me if I open up this bag?
Probably.
They're probably going to be mad at me. So what do you think, Dane?
Crack it open.
Crack it open. Okay.
Man, Dane, what are you doing?
Be doing this all the time, but
I was gonna say the Prince of the Rag Company. I mean, if he gives me the go, I'm gonna go for it. So taking out a Teagle here, one for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'm gonna give one to you, Dane.
oh, how about that?
1 to 1.
1 to 1.
1
to 1
ratio. And we still have some left in the bag there, and so. This pack is just absolutely awesome, and all the feedback that we've gotten from Amazon, being that this is an Amazon exclusive, has been so good.
Yeah.
Everybody, they love it, and I think it's the color, I think it's the feel, it's the 70-30 blend. It's just amazing, and I think for quick detailing, waterless wash, light polish removal, wax removal, sealant removal, anything like that, or just using on delicate surfaces, because the Eagle has been one of our, a staple product.
Yeah, it's always been our flagship.
Yeah.
So many people wondered, what's really the first towel that we made? Well, that's subjective, but the first towel that ever made us really famous was our Eagles. And that's one of the reasons we thought, what would be a great towel to make that we could do as an Amazon exclusive? And this just felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah,
so,
right. I mean, the color pops.
The color pops.
Really
it's an amazing color. And the fact that it comes bagged. So not only do you get our new bags, which is something that's going to be out and about as this year progresses, more and more of our towels are going to be packaged in those bags. So you'll be able to get it. But for right now, you can only get them on Amazon.
Yep. And so the Eagle, one of my favorite things to do with this thing, and I'm sure everybody at home likes to do this too, take your hand, right?
Okay.
Give it a nice smack, and then be able to see that handprint, right? That's just that's
a good towel right
there. Those are Eagle things right there, man. That's the beauty of the Eagle Edgeless. It's that plush, it's that soft. You guys are going to love it. So yeah, Amazon exclusive on the teal. Don't request case quantities because Jeff is watching and left to his own devices. We have to be careful.
So we'll have to pull them out, put them in a box, and undo the whole process.
We put them in the bags for a reason.
Hans, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Hans.
So
what else do we got out here?
Besides
you're just hiding.
Well, we got something big. So the next thing is something that we didn't really create a huge blast with, right? Because we had to make it subtle because TRCMA was approaching the week after.
Yeah, we didn't want to bury the lead.
We don't want to bury the lead. Yeah. And so when I say this is big,
big. This is the opposite of subtle, though. This is the complete opposite.
It's not subtle.
Now, we did have a big waffle that we called the big one.
Yeah, so this is bigger in many other areas, Dane, or Levi. Wow. So what I'm going to have you do, Dane, if you can hold up that corner right there for me.
Wow, that's just...
And just hold that up.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good sized towel.
So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called the 1500. The 1500
Gives me chills thinking about it.
HD
Monster.
drying towel. So this is a 70-30 blend twist loop towel. Can you guess the GSM? Anybody want to guess the GSM?
Anybody in the comments?
Anybody in the comments? Can you guess the GSM,
Oh,
Dane?
I think they know.
Dane's gonna look at their comment and see if they
I was
guess
gonna
what the
say,
GSM
let's see.
is.
First comment that says, all right, guys, I'm watching.
Waiting to see anybody.
Come on, this is easy. It's the easiest one we've given you
ever. Come on, guys.
Anthony, how many cars can you actually dry with that towel?
I'm gonna guess 3.
Okay, so
There it is.
Do we see it? Okay, 1500. All right, there's the correct. That's the correct answer. So,
You didn't win anything. I'm sorry, you didn't win anything. But.
I'll talk to the boss about it. So, 1500 GSM. So this right here, during our testing, right? Because we've had heavy drying towels in the past, right? And we know that some people complain about the heft of the drying
like
towel.
them. Too big.
They don't like them. Too big. So whereas other people, though, they say, well,
why can't it be bigger?
Why can't it be bigger, right? And we explain that increasing the GSM, right, increasing the size also increases the weight, right? I mean, that is
well,
the
that's
GSM.
what the GSM is, the weight,
density,
the
right?
density of it.
And so there is a point at which people find something is a little bit too big, has too much heft to kind of lug around. But during our testing, we found, okay, the HD, the 1500 HD drying towel could dry 3 full-size trucks, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about a 1500, right? Getting into like the whole
like a
dual
Ram,
world.
like a Dodge Ram.
Like a Dodge Ram 1500, right?
Okay.
But it would easily do probably 2 2500s, right?
Like a Suburban 2500.
Exactly.
Okay.
It just keeps going, right?
Okay.
And
well, what kind of you got a new
insane.
Suburban 1500?
It's actually a Tahoe.
A Tahoe.
Tahoe.
Z7. So we could dry your Ram 1500, my Suburban 2500, and your
my
Tahoe, all with this towel.
I'm half expecting somebody to make like a Simpsons reference, like a Canyonero joke, because that's what.
And maybe have enough to dry Dane's van.
Yeah. Well, so if you're a fan of the Ride Company videos, right, you'll know that back in the day you challenged me.
I did.
You came up to me and you said, "Hey, Anthony, I bet you can't dry this entire Raptor with a twist and shout." And I said, I think I could do it. I think I could do the whole thing. So I did the whole thing with a twist and shout, right? And then you came up to me after I was done drying.
Sprayed the car down again.
And you sprayed the car down again. You said, "Hey, now dry the truck down with a twistress, one single twistress." And I said, "Levi, that's impossible. I don't think it's gonna be able to do it." And then you said, "Yeah, you can do it." I said, "Yeah, I think I could do it too." So
you did it.
And I went through and I dried the entire thing with a twistress, right? So if you can dry a Raptor with a twist and shout and a twistress, you can see what I mean when I say you can dry 3 full-size trucks with a 1500 here. The twist loop is insanely absorbent. Now, the difference between the 1500 and maybe something like the Liquidator, because of the GSM, because of the density, I actually wrote in the description that I do not recommend using it with drying aids, right? And so can you use it with drying aids? Yes, you can absolutely use it with something like Bead Maker. It's just this towel has so much heft to it, I would hate to see it lose its absorbent features, right? Because that means you're going to have to do a rags to riches dunk or a rags to riches
it's a good
wash.
thing we have a product that can handle that.
Yeah, and so we do have the product that can handle it. It's just, I think most people are going to be buying this towel is going to be for its pure absorption factor, not necessarily to apply something in that same step. So this is going to be perfect for people with boats, people with big trucks, whether it's fleet vehicles, commercial vehicles,
the Ivan's
RVs.
buses of the world.
Ivan's
airplanes.
Airplanes, another good one.
Do you think? I think we should give a couple of these to Ivan. What do you think?
We may have to.
We might have to. So the 1500 is brand new. You guys can check that at theradcompany.com. It's also on Amazon. Maybe knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Pretty nice.
Pick up some of these.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Pick up one of these.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that's a package right
color.
there.
Dude, that looks really good. And one thing I want to point out too, in some of the photos of the 1500, you'll look, and even on camera here, it shows that there is red, and it kind of shows what looks like some faded, darker spots. This towel is so
very
red.
red.
It is
It's
so
very
red that the camera cannot.
The camera is not accurately showing just how
When you guys were holding it up,
red
that's when you could see how red it was.
It's red, and the twist loop kind of provides a little bit of a sheen to it. But again, 70-30 blend, 1500 GSM. It's a monster right there. Mean B right there says it himself. He actually created a short little snippet there on Instagram that you guys can check out.
Alex, sweet.
Just waiting for the one towel.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So those are 2 really amazing products coming to the Rag Company. Dane, what else is going to be happening here on our campus.
Yeah,
what's been going on?
There's more than just what's going on in this building. You may have heard, perhaps during a few segments, say with Yvan and
A little bit
Levi
of construction in the background.
Beep, beep. Yeah, so there's a lot going on outside. Couldn't tell them not to work during this week when we're in here, but we get about as close as we can, and they've been very courteous. They've been nice folks, so we've worked around it. But there's a lot of construction going on outside, including some new buildings, which we are going to be at least taking some over, I think. Yeah, that's the game we're playing here. And a really close up of my face, that's what we're doing right now. It's not just me anymore.
I got one. I got one. So
that's the last thing anybody needs.
So we actually have, believe it or not, we have what we call it the Rag Company moat, right?
We do.
So we have it's a new addition.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a natural barrier.
It's a natural barrier. It's something that castles for centuries have been doing.
Yeah.
It's just something that we included. So it's currently, it only runs on two sides of the Rag Company.
Yeah, we haven't finished the
We haven't finished the other two sides. So once we get the third and fourth sides done, we get the drawbridge installed. You guys are going to be able to come enjoy all the great things that you can. But no, seriously, they're building a new bridge over the moat.
Seriously, it's not a joke.
It's an actual bridge.
Dead serious.
We get our own bridge.
To our new building. There is another Rag Company warehouse being built on the side over here to our east. And
I got this one.
Go ahead.
Because in that building over there, people have been. I've seen some comments. I've seen some reviews. People are like, the Rag Company doesn't have a storefront anymore.
Well,
What's up
we
with that?
closed it down.
What's
for
going on? Like
COVID.
I show up and they don't have anything up front because it's all packing areas now. It's
Juan
just so
used
busy.
to love coming to the store.
Yeah,
right?
Juan, that was like
Remember
your
you came
thing.
with, how many years ago was that?
Oh gosh, we started coming like 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. You started coming to the storefront.
And
so
that was a part.
Picture.
You do have
Me and my wife and
Yeah, but that was like a journey some people would make. They wanted to come in and like feel the
Well, we've
towels
had
before
folks
they
come
buy
from
them.
all over the world just to come to the store.
Yeah,
and
all
COVID
that.
happened. We closed the storefront down. We had explosive growth.
Yeah.
So we actually had to combine the store with fulfillment. And so it really kind of messed up that aspect of it.
Right.
But we were pushing so much out through the web and through Amazon. It was just a necessity that we had to go through.
In the meantime, we do online orders where people can come pick up an
you
order,
can
they
do it
place
in store.
online, it'll all be there, handed right to you. You drive in, you drive out, you got it. But I totally understand some people want that storefront experience. They want to actually walk in, check stuff out, go, oh, that's pretty nice, or oh yeah, well I want a heavier one. And they can walk around and figure it out. They don't have that right now, but I will say they will have it in the not too distant future.
Yeah, so we're building an actual storefront up here. So a new destination place for folks when they're in town. They can come check out the Rag Company factory store. They can come hang out here in the studio, say hi to us, maybe grab a Pepsi beverage, maybe show off their Brooks to us, maybe their Konig wheels that they've put on their car maybe when they drove down or have. But that's going to be a really nice feature to have.
I think so.
On top of that, we are still continuing to expand. And we've got different warehouses that are catering to different aspects of the business. We've got a dedicated Amazon warehouse. We've got our actual fulfillment center as well. And then on top of that, we are in construction with other buildings up front that we're working on to provide more of an atmosphere. Our very own friend John Francie, the Sticker Mafia, has is looking at one of those spots, and so we're really trying to make this an actual destination location so we can provide trainings, events, things like that here at the Rag Company. So another big, huge thing that we're going to be doing.
Ricky, you're absolutely right. One more reason to make the trip over.
That's right.
So,
well, and then on top of that, worldwide, we have a new distributor in Canada that is really going to be taking Canada by storm.
Okay. Who is that?
That's TOC.
Oh, TOC. Okay. And the media being ran by one of our own Grand Ambassadors.
Yes.
Right. Josh Unite, which is amazing. It's so cool to see. I mean, I love seeing the success of any Grand Ambassador that's been a part of our program. It's seriously, like, it brings me so much joy and happiness. It's amazing.
You're almost like a dad, a proud dad.
I'm like a proud dad, except some of these guys are older than me. So it's kind of weird when I say I'm so proud of you, son. And they look at me and they go, huh?
Old son.
But TOC is going to be able to provide a lot. We have had Canadian distributors, and they are still great Canadian distributors, but TOC is really pushing the envelope with their media, with their marketing, and we really are excited because they're going to be able to get more towels into the hands of those of you in Canada that want to be able to buy and have towels. And then for those of you...
And then that intro video, right?
Yeah.
What was that
So
about?
intro video, if you guys saw that, that is our friends at TRC EU, our sister company. So they handle all of our European sales. So the rag company EU in Hengelo, Netherlands, they handle all of that. And you guys can find them at the ragcompany.shop.
Okay.
And they have everything. They have all the brands that we carry as well that they have. And they have some of the great new products. Like I said, they got the coins available to pick up as well.
That was really cool. And they also have their own, they have some of their own kind of marketing stuff, right?
Yeah.
They do their own
Dylan
limited
does an
edition
amazing job over
stickers.
there.
They do their own clothes, you know. So they do some.
We get jealous sometimes.
Sometimes
They have some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, they do.
They honestly, they have better style than us, right? Like we barely make it. They know what to do. I mean, you guys don't have any more zoom on that camera? Come on. There's got to be something left in that. Give it to me. Give me the full thing.
We need some.
There you go. But they are also providing trainings and events as well out of the Rag Company EU, and we're going to be taking a visit over there this May. We're going to go visit the storefront and the shop and see everything and say hi to the boys. Then we're going to be heading over to the UK. Spending time at Clean and Shiny, which is our Rag Company UK distributor, primary UK distributor, John Hull over there. We're super excited to go visit and check out his new space. He's just built a new training center as well. And so again, same kind of thing. Look forward for 2022 and 2023. He's going to be providing a lot of trainings and events as well out of his facility. So not only are we doing stuff, TOC is doing stuff, Rag Company EU is doing stuff, Clean and Shiny is doing stuff. And so that we've got Europe and the UK, and then Australia and New Zealand, we've got carcareco.com that handles Australia and New Zealand. Mark Perch, he is making sure everybody can get their hands on Rag Company products, as well as PNS, IK, all those guys. So super excited. We're really getting that going, but there's been an area that has been underserved for a very long time, and that is why Mr. Juan Gonzalez has joined the team. Juan is going to be handling all of our friends that speak Spanish, so all of our Latin American countries and all the Spanish-speaking countries and populations, detailers.
In fact, we started this year last year, sorry. We started last year, and now we have good ambassadors, in different countries. Like I want to give shout out to Israel from Puerto Rico. He's a great distributor that we have for the Rag Company. And also we're going to be going to, I'm actually leaving today.
Today?
Today. I'm leaving today to Mexico to be going to Mexico City with the Lab Mexico.
They're one of our newest
distributors. His name is Cesar. He's our new distributor in Mexico City, and where they're going to be having an event, one of the biggest and first detailed event in Mexico City, and it's going to be obviously it's got the picture right there. It's booth 16 and 17, and this will be going on tomorrow from I think it's like 9:30, and also on Sunday. So it's fantastic.
It's a big detailing event down in Mexico City.
Yes, and then obviously I'm going to be doing all what I'm doing, detailing trainings, and we've been going to a lot of different countries, like
you went to Costa Rica,
Peru, and obviously we're going to be going to Mexico. So if you're going to be in Mexico, we want to tell you that we'll see you there.
We've got distributors now in Colombia, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Peru, and it's just continuing to grow. And so we're trying to make sure that we can get Rag Company towels in the hands of any and all detailers, so that you guys have those same solutions to all those problems. And then on top of that, Juan, what else are you doing?
Well, we're actually doing something that is, for that matter, we actually started this year. We started the Spanish YouTube channel, the Rag Company Español, which obviously technically it's all Spanish videos and how to use the products properly, how to do things, education,
detailing tips,
education and detailing tips. like what you see, more likely what you guys see on the other channels, but this one is in Spanish. And we also do them in bilingual. Sometimes, you know, we do it with Levi, and there's some videos with Anthony. You know, we haven't done one with you, but we will get you in there, buddy.
I'm a cautionary tale.
I
You don't
smile
need,
and nod,
you don't need
and
mine.
I pick up a few keywords, and I'm like, yeah, you're doing good. You got this.
Well, we bribe him with tacos,
Yeah,
and then he's okay with it.
that is
Crossover appeal.
So if you know anybody that speaks Spanish and wants to see videos in Spanish, or if you speak Spanish, or you just want to learn Spanish, you know, just hop onto the Rag Company Español and check out our channel.
Can you give us a quick taste? What is this towel in Spanish?
Esta es una microfibra de higo, es una 450 y es la toalla nueva que tenemos ahorita en el mercado. Esta solamente se está vendiendo en Amazon en paquetes como este. Y para mí mi toalla la más preferida siempre ha sido la Liquidator, pero obviamente ahora y después de hoy pues vamos a empezar a estar usando estas toallas, que es la 1500, no sé si la pueden enfocar bien aquí. Esta es la que vamos a estar llevando, de hecho vamos a estar promoviéndola en la Ciudad de México, si vas a estar en el evento de la Ciudad de México, allá los invitamos a que miren esta belleza de toalla.
There you go.
So Levi, could you translate that?
Yes, he just talked about how those are the. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say that's easy.
The point is, the fun thing that a lot of people have really liked though about the bilingual videos is for a lot of folks, they go, "Oh, I've never learned Spanish," but they hear me say something, and I explain a process. Then Juan reiterates that exact same process in Spanish, and they're able to follow it. And that's what a lot of folks don't seem to understand is it's not that hard, and having a bilingual channel, one, helps because there are a lot of detailers that employ other detailers. They hire employees, and some folks have a hard time with Spanish. So this is an easy way to start teaching some of your customer or your employees on how to do it, or maybe even your customers that maybe are a little confused. The goal of this channel is to be able to provide those answers for
the education,
those questions and the education.
The education in both languages. And so español. Para todos mis amigos de habla hispana, los invitamos a que se suscriban al canal de The Rag Company en español. El canal es The Rag Company Español. No sé si lo pueden apuntar aquí en la pantalla. Estaría bien.
And then the other thing, Juan is also an IDA CDSV certified and skills validated detailer, as well as currently working on his application to be a recognized independent trainer, just like myself. So Juan will be able, when he does do these events, not only will you be able to talk to him, but you'll probably be able to get to know a little more about the IDA and possibly take tests from
you. Indeed. You know, now doing those trainings in Latin America, we've been doing it for about six years. We started the Detail Warriors, and actually, it was actually more likely for the Hispanic community, you know, to do some sort of a training, and it got me into this. And actually, I'm super excited to be part of this family, the Rag Company, and to feel more educational. Now in a different scale, and now with the IDA, I think it's gonna help out more of my people and more of the Hispanic people community. So
there we go.
Very good.
That's excellent.
But I mean, basically, in a nutshell, we're growing.
We're growing.
We're
exponentially.
We're growing, and things are going great around here. We are still family owned, right? You know, and we still have the small, we still have kind of a small business mentality where everybody's a family here, and you know, we're all family. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. We show up, and it's every day we show up.
The biggest thing, the biggest thing is we try to zoom in on Anthony's face as much as we can. But the point is,
that's what I was hoping for.
We all, even though it is a family-owned company, and Jeff and Carolyn still. Carolyn sometimes answers the phones. Jeff sometimes answers the phones. All the questions and comments that come in, we really try to keep a handle on everything. Yes, some do fall by the wayside. It's just how it happens. But our goal is to always provide that top tier level customer service for everybody as best as possible, and to do that on a global scale. That's the biggest thing, and that's something that we try and teach and hope that the same thing happens in all of our different distributors, which that's what happens. You know, they will answer any and every question regardless of where you're from. And that's one of the biggest things that that is the Rag Company. We're family, and we want to help out. And that's the biggest thing for all of that.
And so, and what do we do to help out, Dane? Do we offer a service? Do we answer questions? Do we do anything like that? Where could they find us on certain days?
What a great segue. You know, you remind me of something that we do, I would say pretty much every week with the exception of this one.
Yeah.
It's a little program I like to call Q&A Thursdays, which, believe it or not, happens on Thursdays.
Every Thursday.
Sometimes Juan's been a guest in there. We've had other guests at times who help answer questions along with us, but when we don't have a guest, there are the three of us. And as the three
amigos
of a
the
sort,
three amigos
we are. This close-up is unnerving. Okay, so Q&A Thursdays. If you're not aware of it, happens every single Thursday here at the Rag Company YouTube channel. If you enjoyed TRCMA, you'll probably like Q&A Thursday. It's like a little mini, TRCMA every single week. I would say that's fair to say.
You get our personality. You get a lot of people in the comments that really, I mean, honestly, guys, we have so many inside jokes that that you can join in on, right? I mean, you can jump in and kind of create that culture, that lore that we kind of have within all the fun stuff that we do, and it's a treat, right? So we see a lot of the same people in the comments every single week that contribute in one way, shape, or form, whether it's jokes or whether it's great questions. The idea is that we're not that serious, right? Detailing in itself is fun. I think
supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
We got to break up the monotony.
But we have to break up the monotony. So we try to add some humor in it and try to add our personality into it. It seems that some people like it.
It clicks for some people. And I will say, if you've been watching TRCMA at this point, you've noticed some regulars in the comments. Those guys like to hang out over at Q&A Thursday, and I invite you to do so too. So all you got to do is look for the live stream as it's upcoming each week. Just pop over to the main page for the Rag Company YouTube channel. See when it appears, usually around Wednesday or so, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just click set reminder. That's all you got to do, and that way you are able to get in your notification and join us for a fun chat answering detailing questions.
They need to follow Juan's TikTok.
Absolutely, Juan's crazy on TikTok.
All season detail, and on TikTok, we do a lot of videos. In fact, I'm starting to put more of the educational videos, but just like you guys said, it's very important. Look at that. It's very important, to do it, but do it with fun. I mean, your job should be fun, and whatever you do to provide your family is always fun. So do it.
There we go.
Do it and enjoy it.
Dane, back in the studio, what kind of comments do? Oh, you're right there.
I'm right here. You know what? I got one more thing I want to plug. Just one more thing.
I got one more thing I have to unplug too. Not
unplug. Plug an hour.
So obviously, we touched on Q&A Thursday. We touched on the construction, all that stuff. What about our podcast? It's where we just hang out.
Talk about
every
podcast.
Monday or Tuesday, kind of depends. But we do a live stream on Monday or Tuesday in the morning, where Q&A Thursday happens in the afternoon on Thursdays. The mornings on Monday or Tuesday each week are filled with us just kind of shooting the breeze, just having a good time.
Come hang out with us.
We invite you to do so. Go over to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. That is a different channel, but it is in our family channels. You can find it here on the Rag Company YouTube channel in our channels tab, as well as the Espanol channel. So subscribe to them all. What do you do? Go subscribe to all of them and the FAQ channel. We'll throw that in there too.
Absolutely. Okay, last thing I want to say. Today's the last day to apply to be a Grand Ambassador for TRC.
Oh, snap.
So
we actually had 2 Grand Ambassador winners in the house. Grand Ambassadors of the Year.
Yep. So we had
Mountain Town Detail, Justin Dean,
and then we had Alex Dewar, Bucky BW.
Oh, look, we got one in the wild.
So we have one of our Grand Ambassadors in the wild. So we have a lot of Grand Ambassadors in the chat here. Again, it's kind of it's a culture thing, right? And so these people represent us worldwide. We choose 10 people per quarter, 40 people per the year, and they get swag, they get product, they get to have fun, join a group chat that's kind of exclusive to the Grand Ambassadors, and it's just an amazing program where a lot of people have, I mean, seriously, it's changed their, I don't want to say it's changed their, actually,
no, it has.
I will say it's changed their lives. You know what? It's changed lives.
Genuinely has.
Which is kind of crazy to say. My hands are made of pure steel. And so it's just been awesome, man. And so please apply if you haven't already applied. It ends tonight.
Where do they go?
So you're going to go to the Rag Company Instagram page. We're going to have the link in the bio. You're going to click that link. It's going to send you straight to the form, enter in your information, and we're going to start picking at the beginning of next week. And we're going to hopefully announce by the end of that week, making phone calls, sending out product, and doing all the fun stuff that follows that. But Jimmy, just so you know, I mean, Alex Dewar, his Grand Ambassador of the Year prize was coming here to TRCMA.
That Alex Dewar?
Meeting every single person that's come through the door, right? And also bringing home swag, getting a Rupes Mark III, a 15, LHR 15, signed
2 pairs
by
of Brooks.
everybody here. 2 pairs of Brooks, and the list goes on because the doors kind of keep opening for our Grand Ambassadors, which is just amazing. So with that said, go and apply to that. And then stay, and keep up to date on all of our channels, right? So whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook, we'll eventually jump into the TikTok game when we can. Yeah, we'll eventually jump in as the Rag
Juan's
Company.
already there.
Juan's already there, but we'll do our best here as soon as we can.
We are.
And as far as video content goes, right, we really want your guys' input on what you want to see more of, right? So make sure to leave a comment on what series you guys like the most, right? Because we know the Garage series, we're a little bit overdue for a video there. We need to get out of Wash Wednesday, hopefully soon. Maybe a detox.
I'm itching for a project car again.
Yeah, itching for a project car again. We have a lot of good ideas, but I know we have a lot of series.
We have to film our adventure.
People want to see. That adventure took a lot out of us.
There's a conclusion yet to come.
Yeah. There is a conclusion that is yet to come, and I think it's all going to be worth it. So, Dane, take it away.
Well, I'm just going to say, back to Alex Dewar for a second. Shout out for keeping a secret for a whole week. So you'll get to find out here.
That's tough.
For the afternoon segment, but he has been holding it together, so we all appreciate that.
Thank you.
Not giving anything away. So after this morning segment, we have a special guest for the afternoon.
You don't want to miss it.
You're just going to have to wait to find out, but you know what? There is a coin involved.
There is.
That is something to bear in mind because there's also a sale going on. It seems like there's been a sale every day this week because there has been.
Yep.
And there's a code for each one. So if you go over to theragcompany.com, you can find the 20% off for Friday. And there's a lot of cool stuff happening, but some of it won't be revealed until 2 p.m. So make sure you have this open in one tab.
Yes.
And then theragcompany.com open in another tab. And you refresh around 2 o'clock. You'll see some stuff. So hold out till then. Guys, we got to go have some lunch, but it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you very shortly. Juan, safe travels. All right. Everybody, see you in a little bit.
See ya.